to day 7 of Listmas.
And today, as promised, we're talking about gym leaders. Pokemon gym leaders, if that wasn't obvious.
I don't think I needed to say that. Don't think I needed to say that.
And we'll be doing two of these lists in one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
One by personal preference, and one by actually ranking how good their teams look.
Yeah, just how I feel about them.
How I feel about the characters and like their aesthetics and stuff.
Yeah.
Like how well themed they are.
I just felt starting with that I would be appropriate.
Yeah, since it's gonna be a lot easier of a list to make to discuss.
Us now a few I guess mainly let's start again, and as I preface, this is
only from up to Sword and Shield. Shield, and we're not counting Clara and Avery because you don't actually.
They're minor league.
Because you don't actually see them as gym leaders in game.
Yeah, and same goes for the bottom two.
For Beat and Marnie, because it's kind of unfair to compare them to other gym leaders.
They're also rivals,
or when they're also rival characters.
But
we will discuss them in the rivals tier list. Same with Clara and Avery.
So only up to Gen 8. I'll probably update these in the future. I'll probably have updates to the or some tier lists for Gen 9 stuff is added.
Yup.
So without further ado, let's get started.
Properly in D tier, the worst gym leader, and the only one character in here for now.
As of now,
not counting Paldea. Screw you and your frog.
Fuck you and your frog.
Fuck you and your frog.
Whitney. Probably to the surprise of nobody.
She is an annoying.
She acts like how do I?
She acts like a little brat.
Yes. Who was in charge of the Johto half?
Yeah, who
hired these people?
Okay. Let's break this down.
Let's see. Faulkner's a fucking kid.
Faulkner's a kid.
Who uses his dad's Pokemon.
Not even his own. Whitney is a whiny brat with no. Who doesn't and listen. Who
throws a fit when
she's beaten, even though that's part of her job description. And Morty doesn't have a habit of being absent from his gym frequently. Jasmine also has.
Jasmine at least.
Jasmine, well, okay, we can presume that was a one-time incident.
Yeah, I'm assuming that was
because Amphi was sick.
But okay, Claire.
Claire refuses to hand out the badge that she is, that literally, just like with Whitney, this is in your job description, lady.
Who's running the league in this region?
Who's in charge of the league in this region?
Who's managing this?
Who's managing this league?
Who in the Indigo League is managing this?
Does half the gym leader or have something wrong?
But that aside, Whitney. What do I even say about Whitney?
Other than she's just irritating.
I think she's universally hated. I think she is universally hated by fans. Well, mainly for her fight, but that's.
But she's dumb as a character too.
It was she's just annoying. And C tier. I don't know.
No strong feelings, or you love aspects about the character, but also hate some.
All right, we got Erica. I know Alec was a person.
Erica's one of my favorite Kanto leaders.
I know she has that. Just this
nice aesthetic.
Oh, I dozed off again. This gym is great. It's full of women. Strong trainers. I'm sorry, as they like to censor it nowadays.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. Yeah, it's motherfucker. Mother. I don't know. It's just there's not really much to her. She exists. She's honestly pretty weak among probably she's pretty weak among the Kanto the Kanto League.
Yeah, the Kanto League has some very strong characters. Hers with standout personalities. Erica's just kind of subdued.
Oh no, yeah.
In comparison to the others.
Yeah, she's a gardener.
I guess that's sort of.
She has a tendency to doze off. I wonder what. I wonder what the cause of that is.
All right. Next in C tier is Giovanni.
This probably sounds really weird.
The main thing he's here for is poor thieving with his type.
Yeah,
Nothing about Giovanni himself screams ground type whatsoever.
Yeah, oh wait, because he wasn't meant to be a gym leader before.
Yeah.
All right. Right, he wasn't. I think it's nothing. Yeah, he doesn't. Feels poor type correlation.
Yeah, poor correlation between his type and his design and personality.
I mean, sure, Moffat. Sure, you're grounded as a leader.
Maybe it's because his business is an underground operation.
Maybe.
Like that's the best I've got.
Yeah, flying definitely would have made.
Flying
definitely would have made it more sense.
Not really. I guarantee you, if he was introduced in Gen 2, he would have been a dark trainer.
Yeah.
Instead.
Yeah, it's just that's kind of why he's there. He just doesn't. Sure, yeah, I understand that, and the idea to make the antagonist as the gym leader.
And in that regard, that saves him from being in bottom tier.
No, there's just not much to his character.
Like in general, Giovanni's just not doesn't have an interesting personality.
I'll probably go more into this when I get to antagonists.
But yeah, he very much is villain for villain's sake, gym leader because he wanted a twist.
I'd have a plot twist.
I'd have a plot twist.
I can at least give him props for that.
Out of being a bit of a surprise if you have somehow avoided spoilers for Kanto.
I don't know if you've been living under a fucking rock.
I have been living under a rock for the past 20 years.
Okay, so then, oh man, Faulkner. Speaking of which,
he exists.
Yeah,
this is very much this character exists tier.
There's not much to Faulkner other than think about his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Adding shit.
But that's like the only defining character trait he has.
And
these Pokemon are my father's, and that's really all as you get from him.
Also, like his dad's never there, or some shit. I don't know.
His design is fine for a flying trainer.
Yeah.
Or I suppose, even though his personality doesn't really embody the type very well. I guess maybe he's a fledgling, which is also a term that applies to birds.
Yeah.
Or though I don't know how well that translates to Japanese.
So then, not much. Just Chuck is
a fighting trainer.
He's a fighting trainer.
And apparently not a very good husband.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a little overweight.
No, I'm remembering that.
No,
wrong.
What? No.
I was like, I thought for some reason I thought his wife was like, I know he spends too much time at the gym or something. Like, no, that's not.
No, it's just I think she just gets at him for
eating too much. That's supposed to be fit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know. Not much to him.
But like he's among the Johto gym leaders too. He's just not very memorable.
Price.
He's serious.
He's serious. No, has something. Something in.
He loses points for his Gen 2 design being ass.
Ass.
I guess he's dressed for winter, but like a lot of characters that specialize in other types are prepared for winter weather too.
All right, Claire, I may have said what my problems are, or
as much as we fucking despise her as a character, she does at least fit the dragon theming.
And she has a cool design.
And
I guess.
But her being insufferable brings her way down in this list when she could have easily been an A or even S tier character otherwise.
So, Watson. I like the pun.
Yeah.
I like the pun.
He's a jolly guy.
Yeah. I not much to him.
Yeah, just not much to him.
Oh, Winona
Is very much the most this character exists gym leader ever.
uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I literally don't remember anything about her other than her design and team.
One, why do you exist?
He has no good reason to exist. Why did they make Wallace a champion in the first place?
Yeah. Why did they do that?
And then none of the Gen 4 or 5 gym leader, none of the Cineware Unova gym leaders are in C tier.
So,
We get on to some of the Kalos leaders.
Viola, she's a photographer, first female bug specialist.
So I guess that's something interesting.
And
Is it the term shutterbug that's maybe why she's a bug trainer?
maybe.
It seems like a weird correlation between photography and bugs.
Yeah. Ramos is just,
He's an old man and he likes gardening.
yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. He's like the most forgettable Kalos gym leader. Valerie.
First fairy specialist.
Again, has kind of a flat personality.
She talks funny.
You like it's mostly a bit flat.
Yeah, she got a. I like her gym aesthetic.
But the gym itself doesn't really reflect on the leader much.
No, it's just Sabrina's gym again.
Into Olympia.
God damn it, it's a psychic trainer, but
She can see into the future, and they don't really do much with that.
it's just, man, it's like they didn't have time to flesh these characters out.
Like most of the Kalos gym leaders are so forgettable. Like, you
Also,
don't even meet them outside the gym.
It's like a massive downgrade. After
The banger her roster that Unova had.
And actually having the gym leaders do shit, feel like people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then this is also trial captains and kahunas as well.
Also, let's get into the Alola stuff.
Lana. I don't know. She's kind of funny. She's a bit of a troll.
Well, I guess that's kind of cute.
Sophocles.
He's inexperienced.
Yeah. Mina, I know this upset a certain friend, a friend of ours.
Yeah, Mina. She
I
very much
really don't do anything.
She is literally a pointless character in the original Sun and Moon, and is just in the game because they didn't want to not use her model after making it.
And and they don't really do much else with her, or when she does get to do something.
At least she has a trial in that game.
At least she has a trial in Ultra. Hapu, despite the fact you run into her or more than once. I don't know. She's not really. The character's not really that interesting.
All right, and
There really isn't much to say about C tier.
yeah, it just doesn't click with you.
B.
Yeah.
The Sword exclusive gym leader.
And she definitely inspired a lot of particular fan art. And that's really the most interesting thing to say about her.
That's a really bad point. That's a really bad point. That's a really bad point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a really bad point. And she's just not that interesting.
Yeah. All right, now up to B tier. Good.
Hopefully I have more to say.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Janine, the weird one.
I do love the idea of them. One of the gym leaders retiring and having a relative take over because of the time skip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's something we hear mentioned a lot throughout the series, and it's cool to actually have an example of it.
So pretty early on too.
Pretty early on too.
And yeah, pretty, yeah. Also, I think her gym's kind of funny.
She has a similar personality, a Falconer, or I suppose, but she does.
They have an interaction. Actually, that's how you get at her number.
That's funny.
Their number.
Story is similar to Falconer, but she does gain points over him for having us actually meet this relative as a gym leader in a previous game.
Yeah. And also be present, be there. Also, yeah, just be in the.
Faulkner's character is Faulkner's father is someone we just never know about.
Meanwhile, yeah, we Koga is just
is a pre-existing character.
Yeah,
who we will discuss later down the list.
Bugsy. I can make a joke here. The
femboy bug specialist.
The femboy bug specialist.
Seriously, the amount of people that have been confused who's by Bugsy's gender over the years is amusing.
Hey, well, it seems to me history repeated itself.
Yeah.
New
femboy gym leader drop.
Yeah, but it's. Oh no. Bug. Yeah, the first bug specialist.
His design's fine. I guess.
He's
a bug catcher. If he didn't have the net or anything, it's gonna be a very generic design.
He kind of just does look like a camper.
And so he does lose a few points for that.
He's just a camper with a net.
But at least he does have the net. In the beta, he was a guy in a suit, so he was like an exterminator or something.
I don't know.
Which would have been a really weird type of character to train a bug type.
Yeah, Space World design was weird.
So I am glad they steered away from that.
But yeah. But yeah,
he does also gain points for just kind of having Scyther, which is a really cool partner Pokemon.
Should have been a Heracross, though.
He should have had a Heracross.
Should have been a Heracross.
Not like you can't encounter that or anything.
You can find it right in the town, in the place you fight him.
And yeah, he really should have had a Heracross. Yeah.
But next we move on. Moving on, Roxanne.
Yep.
And yeah, she's a student. Is
and a little bit full of herself. If I recall her, I don't remember her character very much, so that's probably why she's not higher.
Yeah, I think she. I like her gym aesthetic. I like her gym aesthetic and ORES, as it's just I think it's just a awesome museum.
Oh yeah, they tie that together better in ORES.
As yeah.
As with her specifically having an interest in studying fossils and stuff.
Yeah.
Which it ties in with the rock typing much better.
Yeah. Flannery. Flannery is.
Flannery gains points over Faulkner or as well, even though they're on the same game. But for this time because she's so awkward and it is.
She just got the position.
You can really tell that she just got this position because she barely knows what the hell she's doing.
And
it kind of overreacts to things.
Yeah, it's really over the top about it.
And that's definitely charming.
And, Wallace.
Yes. Having a gym leader be promoted to champion isn't something they've done since.
Also, yeah, Wallace actually is involved in the climax.
Actually, so he gains points for appearing outside his gym.
Mm-hmm.
His design doesn't really. Looking at his design wouldn't really make you say, "Oh, that's a water trainer." Or I guess like the flowing scarf, and I guess it's more specifically to associate him with Milotic, the water type as a whole.
Yeah, that's definitely it with this. Yeah, that's definitely the reason.
That's definitely what they did there. which I suppose is something they do, and they do a lot.
Uh, uh,
Designing the character specifically to match with a partner Pokemon as opposed to the type as a whole.
uh, then Gardenia.
The grass gym leader. She's got a fun design,
I know. She's scared of ghosts.
which is amusing.
Hey,
Don't tell her about Trevenant or Gorgeist or Iced or Bramblegast
yeah,
or Decidueye.
don't tell her.
Don't tell her about those.
Yeah, I think she says, "What if there was? What if there was?"
I think she said, she was glad there weren't any grass ghost Pokemon.
That
About that, there's sort of 4 of them now.
that did, well, that didn't age
That
well.
didn't age well.
That line didn't age
I
well.
wonder if she still says that at BDSP. I'm sure she does because I'm sure they just copied all the dialogue.
Actually, I think that's a battle. That's a resort. That's
Alright,
that's a
never
villa
mind.
text.
And the billet isn't the thing, so
Yep.
yeah.
So then, Bryson, and the only Univon leader are here, are in this tier. Right.
He's an actor.
Yeah. He's a Kabuki.
Kabuki.
Kabuki. Yeah, Alex didn't know what the deal with his design was for a long time.
I might understand it more now.
Oh, and the thing is, I think he's the least involved. He's the least involved in the story.
Yeah, like he doesn't get as involved in things or have as much of a lasting impact as the other gym leaders. He does get an appearance in Black 2, White 2.
Yeah, it's part. Yeah, he resigned and his gym leader to pursue
To
continue his acting.
do his acting career full time.
Yeah. You know, the actor thing is something told you by a random NPC in the first game.
Really?
Yes.
It does definitely make him more interesting.
Also, fucking Bryson, man. Fucking Bryson, man.
If it weren't for like the cool colors, his design really wouldn't scream ice type. Though, like, really, you could easily make him a fire trainer by just changing the colors to red and orange.
Yeah.
Or orange or like a poison trainer with purple and green. And, like, I feel like that's something he loses points for.
Yeah,
Or sort of design being easily interchangeable.
You,
He could be a flying or water trainer for all we know.
Then there's Grant.
Yeah.
The fucking rock climber.
His design is funny.
The fucking fruity pebble hair.
Why is his hair like that? It's funny as hell to me. I do think having a rock specialist be a rock climber makes a lot of sense. So I'm surprised it took him that long to do that.
Also, it's cool that he's very. It's cool that he isn't a traditional. He doesn't have it's not a traditional rock specialist.
Justin has a more interesting team. Remember, we're not getting we can still talk about the teams here.
Yeah. It's
overall opinions is like, and we're not talking about how viable his team is. We're just.
But yeah, it's just that the fossil ideas, just us using fossils is a cool idea.
Yeah. The only other rock gym leader to do it is Rourke.
But hey, he doesn't have a Geoduderonix here.
So he also gains points for not having those generic rock mons.
That like nearly every rock leader had to have.
I know.
Yeah, Karina.
The roller skater. She has an interesting involvement into the Mega Evolution thing. Otherwise, she'd be a little forgettable.
I don't know. She has a Lucario that she's using her fucking gem.
No, like, genuinely, she loses points for not using her fucking partner Pokemon in her gym battle. Like, literally, there's no problem having her use a Lucario. It's not
you fight her with 2 of the, and right before that.
I know. Why doesn't she use the one? Why doesn't she use the one she keeps?
Yeah, really, it's Yeah, I like the skater. I like the she's
The
a
roller skater idea is nice and ties into the game's to one of the game's new mechanics as well.
mm-hmm.
Ellen,
Oh
I
yeah,
think that's really all there is to say about her.
Wolfric.
He has a cool sort of or of alpha wolf thing going on where he's sort of like a protector to the wild Pokemon of the forest.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta go and
Village.
yeah, you need to go look for him.
And so I think that's a neat idea.
And also, like, yeah, he just either I could be a total pushover, or I could be your toughest challenge.
I like that line because it's very accurate to ice types as a whole.
It could
If you
be.
don't have a counter for them, they're generally just really good. But if you do, yeah. Yeah, I do like that he acknowledged that for a final gym leader, he has the potential to be extremely easy.
To be fair, he only has 3 Pokemon. But still, and not even full. None of them have like full move sets.
So yeah, that lands Wolfric firmly in B tier.
All right, then the oh man, I think this is a majority, like the rest of the trial captains here.
Oh boy,
Ilima, he's a yeah, he's another he's a student, and I think he's a I guess he's pretty strong because he has like a Kalos trophy in his room.
I like
And art, I think he's also an artist.
and seems to have a sort of a hidden savage side.
Oh my! How terrifying!
Which I find extremely amusing.
This funny normal twink.
Ilima is one of my faves.
You may know that from past videos. Won't mention any specific ones, but you may know. Though it doesn't really look like a normal specialist.
There was a theory that Ilima and Mina were switched.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Given Smeargle, his partner's a Smeargle. Painting.
It's kind of Mina's whole thing.
Yeah, that is possible.
And Ilima has sort of eyes and Ilima has a pink hair and has the eyes that are like exactly the same as Sylveon's eyes.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Funny guy.
He's a funny guy. Kiawe, really, he's.
I love the fucking. He looks so intense in his official art.
Yeah, he's.
I like the little side quest with him, and where he wants to retire from being a trial captain to travel all the world.
Oh, but yeah, my fine hiker.
I mean, David offers to take up the role.
My fine hiker. My fine hiker. Yeah, he's cool, I guess.
Yeah. Don't you mean hot?
Mallow. I'm not gonna say it.
Press A to pound.
Crush it, grind it, turn it to goo. What were they thinking?
What the fuck were the localizers doing with this dialogue?
What were they thinking?
I swear to God.
Yeah. She's all about. She's a chef.
That is funny how he apparently he has a thing for spicy food. To the point where even the fire specialist was scared away by how spicy her food is.
Do you think she got mad too about that because they thought it was too much?
Because Lana and Kiawe thought the spice was too much.
Yeah, yeah. That aside, yeah, it's a different take on
a grass type. I with more of the sort of natural resources aspect. Like, hey, plants are pretty important for cooking.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Next, it's Rolla.
a funny little ghost lady,
The hex man, the hex man.
a lone hex maniac.
uh, uh,
Though I'd hope there isn't as lewd art of her, you
you
degenerate.
fucking degenerate. She's underage.
Hey, you can't tell me she's not like 8.
Like or 12 or something. 12, yeah, age range under 20.
You can't tell me she's like not a literal child.
Yeah, yes, yeah. That aside, she's pretty funny.
She's funny. And genuinely, I don't know if she's playing dumb with the whole not knowing that the mall is haunted. And if she's just trying to troll you, or if she genuinely didn't know, and I think that's funny.
Also, I like her dynamic with Nanu.
I know, it's adorable.
Uncle Nanu.
She's the she's the reason Nanu does anything, really.
Yeah. Next, speaking of ghost kids,
It's Alistair. Or East Shield version counterpart.
Yeah. And he just has more going on.
He's a funny little guy. And apparently has a tragic backstory, maybe.
Or something. Something happened.
And like preschool or something.
I don't know. So, or you just made that up.
No, that might have been something I made up.
You just made that. I think you just made that up. He
can see ghosts.
He's always wearing a mask.
Asked because he's shy about showing his face.
All right, people thought he was a girl.
Oh yeah.
Ah! Stop it! He's literally grade school aged.
Even if he was
Elementary aged.
Even if he was a girl, that doesn't change the fact that there's stop being weird about all these characters.
You need to. Nope. Stop talking. Go to jail.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's watching. and so, Arvin Good.
Arvin Good.
He's not on this.
We're talking. First off, we're not including politics stuff into these tier lists because it's too new, and also this is gym leaders. But thank you, I agree.
Thank you. How dare you?
Don't worry, we'll probably talk about Out Valdea stuff sometime next year after more tier lists have updated.
Yeah. Bok Choi is in the chat.
Hello, General Bok Choi.
Yep.
Hey, welcome to the stream.
So today, all right, Alistair is he's no, you fucking creeps. He's a literal child.
Baby.
Just wanted to pop in and mess around with y'all.
Hey.
Yeah. So yeah, he's up. Yes, but and also he always wears a mask because he's always nervous. It's like you just have his rare league card.
You actually see what he looks like without the mask.
Yeah. Baby.
The
baby.
Yeah.
Then then we have the Sir Chester gym leaders.
There's Gordy and Melanie, he's son and mother.
Mm-hmm. These two have quite the
dynamic. So, Melanie is a doting mother, or Gordy is embarrassed by her.
They don't get along.
Very well. Despite Melanie's concern for Gordy.
Gordy has his own fan club.
Gordy has a fan club, and I am part of it. And he has he's so over the top. He's such a show off.
This fucking big boy,
which is a unique take on a rock gym leader.
Yep, this big, and also a rock gym leader that's much later
or in the game, so he can actually have stronger Pokemon on hand. And these two are also the reason for the version the otherwise nonsensical version exclusive counterpart are to Stonjourner or an Ice Cube.
Yes, that's why.
Because Gordy uses a Stonjourner and Melanie uses an Ice Cube.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason they're a version exclusive.
Yep.
And yeah, Melanie, she's just a wholesome character.
Ice MILF. What?
Stop. Go to horny jail.
That's why people like her. That's why people.
If I recall, I think she gives a kiss to her Lapras's Pokeball before she throws Gigantamaxes it.
I think she does.
That's
I think she's. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, no, I think she nuzzles it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think she like, hugs it.
Hugs it, yeah.
And that's adorable.
Yeah.
These two are dorks, and I love them.
So, 8, and do 8 here.
You're the greatest of the great.
Well,
I would personally put those two in A tier, but okay.
no, it's just, I don't know.
So, yeah, A tier. You're the great ones.
And, oh wow, that's actually a lot of Kanto's roster.
Yeah, a lot of Kanto's roster gets into A tier.
Yeah, that's
spoilers.
That's 6 out of 8.
Yeah, 6 out of 8. So I guess it seems one of them gets into S tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was there.
Yeah,
the other two were in D tier. So yeah, this is where the rest of the Kanto gym leaders are.
Brock.
Starting with Brock. How could we not put him in a high tier? You're the first Pokemon gym leader, to just
your
first gym leader, and really, or in every Kanto game.
His Pokemon are rock hard.
Hard, and so is he apparently.
I
mean, have you seen the anime?
Also, his initial sprite has him fucking shirtless.
It's with his arms crossed over his chest. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
They literally gave him a shirt in yellow.
Yes, they gave him. Because they gave him that. It's modeled after the anime.
Oh yeah.
Golden Soul GSC gave him a shirt.
As Brock was being indecent and was told by the league staff to put on a shirt.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think everyone knows him.
And most people love him.
Nothing beat it's a jelly-filled donut.
I do have to confess that a lot of Brock love probably comes from the anime. But yeah, same applies to Misty.
Yeah.
The second Kanto gym leader.
Also, I think, yeah. It also just Starmie is a cool partner.
Starmie is a really cool partner Pokemon.
Especially how early that it is.
As though I don't know how I feel about it being that early on, considering Jesus fucking Christ, Starmie is cracked.
To be fair, its moveset is pretty bad.
True. It does have a Bubble Beam, and that's enough to sweep most people's teams. It means if they don't have a Grass type to wall her.
Or a Pikachu.
They don't have a Grass type to wall her, or a Pikachu to dispose of her quickly.
I just think she's cool.
Yeah, I just think she's neat.
Next is Surge. That's his busboy Surge.
What?
I'm sorry. Just Surge.
Her's the Lightning American ?
American, yeah. And
his sort of thing giving you an autograph might imply that he's actually
just be an
actor who plays the role of a soldier, or as opposed to an actual soldier.
Or because nothing throughout the series ever implies.
Nothing else throughout the entire series ever hints at a Pokemon War happening recently before the Kanto games.
Given that recent Let's Go strip gives you, he straight up hands out autographs.
He hands out autographs. He seems more like a celebrity actor than an actual soldier.
Yeah, yeah. Also, just he's so
cocky.
Yeah.
Like, he knows that he's probably going to give a lot of people a ton of trouble.
Unless they caught a Diglett near, right, just east from his gym.
And he flaunts that shamelessly.
Yeah, it, okay. His gym can kind of fuck off though.
Yeah.
His gym can kind of fuck off though.
It is amusing because electric is a hard type to counter, given that it has one weakness.
Though, yeah, if you want to, you have the choice
to go catch a Diglett and
or a Doug Trio if you're
Doug Trio and sort of sweep his team.
Yeah, Surge is it's just a cool design, and his personality.
It's an awesome character.
Koga, he's a fucking ninja.
Need we say more?
He's a fucking ninja. Even if, yeah, his name literally just means, I think his name literally just means ninja. Yeah, I think it just literally just means ninja.
And he just...
That's what, yeah, just the whole, yeah, he's just cool.
He's just such a cool character.
And also a bonus points for the fact that he got a promotion.
Yep.
And Sabrina.
Again, just a cool character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She talks a lot about how she foresaw your arrival but couldn't predict what how you perform in battle.
And how I think when you beating her,
the cool thing in Let's Go is that she realized she was looking for the wrong variables and in rematch admits that after her battling you, she figured out how to predict you and knew you'd win and just wanted to battle you anyways. Also, it was so fun.
Yeah. On and off. I think it was like by Jodo. She doesn't focus on that.
Yeah.
Doesn't worry about looking forward.
Or learns to live in the moment.
I think that reflects her design now, her newer design.
And she's a little less serious.
Yeah. And hell, she's an actress. As well.
It's just that subtle character growth too.
Yeah.
Which is something a lot of gym leaders don't have.
Blaine
is just extremely funny. Like how we go from this character grew throughout the series.
Not just 2 games.
Between the games and aims to funny quiz man.
Something. Despite Blaine's past, he's fucking hilarious.
You would not think this guy I conducted unethical genetic experiments. It's how he acts.
But also, yeah, just Let's Go goes all in on the quiz idea.
He makes it into a straight up game show.
You get a Blaine doll. Oh, he's just so. It's just this funny old scientist.
He's just it's got so much personality.
Even if I guess his design doesn't really reflect that.
Like the fire type very much. Which is probably what is keeping him out of S.
I mean, he has the fire tie, and his Let's Go design has a flame tie. Tie.
Rectifies it a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah. Next up, Brawley. He's a surfer. He's a fucking surfer guy.
I speaks in surfer lingo.
And also, yeah, his gym and ORAS at least is a.
Is a human gym as well as a Pokemon gym.
Yeah. And I think that's cool.
Well, Brawley himself, his design respects the fighting type much more in ORAS too.
Yeah.
Some interpretation is have Brawley as Hal's father too.
So, some could because
so you can interpret him as being Hal's father.
Maybe the surfer idea and him how having a low and rise shield,
being a fighting specialist like Hala.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember you learned that Brawley actually trained under Bruno.
Oh, so that's cool.
Okay,
so we're connecting him to another character.
Norman. Oh, oh wow, you actually have look, you have a dad.
And he's a gym leader. And aside from that, he's just a normal family man, which is why he's the normal gym leader.
even if you can look at it a different, even if you look at him,
Even if you can also interpret him as just being a terrible father because he's never there for his child.
on when you get to meet him, and he tells you fuck off and off when you're stronger. Come back when you're stronger.
Yeah.
Or then you can and fight. And we can talk.
He just it is sort of concerning that he won't give his child the time of day until they've beaten up half the gym leaders.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess Norman's your early game motivation.
And to keep going, and I think that's cool.
Oh.
It'll sort of prove to your father that you're stronger than him.
Tate and Liza, it's a unique idea.
Yeah, it sort of goes with the whole creepy twins thing, and
psychic...
the whole psychic connection, and the whole old trope of twins having a psychic connection with each other.
They also finish each other's sentences.
So you could very much tell that is indeed what they have going on. It's just a really cool idea.
Yeah. And then the Stryton trio. It's such an interesting idea. Even if they don't really go further with it because it's the first gym.
The gym leader you face is different depending on which starter you picked, and it's the gym leader that's super effective against your starter.
Yeah.
Or they do give you a gift Pokemon if you go through. If you fight a small trainer gauntlet in the Dream Yard.
Fight two trainers.
You fight a couple trainers in the Dream Yard first. Or that's super effective against the gym leader. They're sort of defeating the point of the challenge, but it is cool that it's sort of like, hey, one Pokemon can't do everything, and this is why you train up multiple team members, and I think that's a really cool thing to teach the player.
Oh, just the aesthetic it's a restaurant.
And they're all named after an ingredient used in cooking.
And
cilantro, chili peppers, and watercress.
That's just cool.
And they're all 5-letter names that start with C.
And their designs reflect their
type. Their designs and personality reflect their types. You have the outgoing and friendly Silent, and for Grass, the hot-headed, Chili for fire, or in the common cool Crest for water.
Yeah. They're just cool.
They're just as the cool bunch.
Lenora, I think props for the first props for being the first gym leader of color.
Yeah. Yeah, the first person of color to be a gym leader in the Pokemon series.
Since the region was set, since Unova was based on the U.S. As they can do that.
That's really cool.
Well, she runs a fucking museum. Her gym is a library. Her gym is a library. The gym part is just the library. And you gotta read books to find in the path.
I think that's pretty cool. Or she also has her husband and is the museum receptionist.
Yeah.
Which is adorable.
Oh yeah, it's just and also she's very dedicated to her museum.
And you can tell Lenora as a caring and passionate character.
Yeah.
She has this motherly vibe. Mandy helps out on the search for the skull fossil.
Search for the dragon skull.
The dragon skull.
Yeah, I think she's just. Yeah.
She's just such a cool character.
Then there's
and then there's Berg, who also.
Then there's Clement.
Not Berg. Clement, who
the only Kalos gym leader to get into this tier.
Yes. Because
I think he has the most.
He has the most personality out of them. He's an awkward nerd, or as well as a genius inventor, or who designed the super training app himself.
Oh yeah.
And also, you could sort of get a feel for the kind of thing for his personality by the flavor text of the super training.
Yeah.
He as
can
well.
Pokemon even move like this?
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, he's yeah.
Similar to Lenore, or having her husband do, and as a receptionist for the museum. Clement has his little sister hosting a quiz for his gym challenge.
Yes, it's just cool. Wish the other gym leaders had something like that.
It is kind of the implication is kind of amusing that that Clement was too awkward to ask a professional to host the quiz, and so he had his little sister do it instead.
Yeah,
And I just think that's amusing.
yeah, yeah. It's just yeah. It's wow. It's like these two. It's like this guy was. He was meant to be something important. Be someone important.
It feels like if XOI had more time, Clement might have been a more significant character.
You know, he's part of the. He's the gym leader of the central. Of
the central city of Kalos.
Yeah. But then all right. Next up is the other Kahunas.
The Kahunas other than Hapu. Starting with Hala.
He's just a jolly old guy. He knows what yeah.
He's involved. He motivates you and gives you words of encouragement, which are the same thing. What do I say that?
He doesn't just.
I'm
motivate.
just trying to flow in my words.
No, oh no, he's a Tauros. Was right. He rides he rides a Tauros.
Which is interesting because later we'd actually get a fighting type Tauros.
That's pretty funny. Probably a funny coincidence.
Yeah, I'm sure it is a coincidence, but it is an amusing one nonetheless.
But yeah, it's just, oh yeah, he's also Hao's grand and father.
And you could tell where he it's his jolliness from. And fun fact: the reason Hala isn't super strict and serious like a lot of other trainers is because he yelled at Hal once when he was as younger, or at Hal cried, and Hala felt so bad about it that he doesn't like acting mean or serious.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I think is a funny little character moment.
Yeah, yeah. It also just like this he doesn't take the fucking innovation that seriously. Just a Kahuna stroll into the Laguna.
Oh, this is a rare encounter.
And then when Tapu Koko shows up,
he asked if it was a protector or to pick a fight. It really gives off the impression that Hala and Tapu Koko are sort of like the Hala and Tapu Koko are just okay to make fun of each other.
Yeah.
Which is amusing to me.
So then there's Olivia. Ass. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's just her fucking her intro animation.
And she's a rock enthusiast who also runs the shop
up in Coney.
And she's also desperately looking for love.
She talks about how she's never been married. It's one of those stuff they're really popular among single whip.
I'm sorry?
That's a bit sussy. But you know, she's.
I really like the idea of associating a rock type trainer with jewelry.
Yeah, jewelry. I'm
which
surprised
is surprisingly that took like so long.
Also, yeah, she's a female rock specialist, which is pretty rare.
I hadn't had one since Roxanne. Haven't had one. No, we did get one in Paldea in the form of Rhyme.
Rhyme, yeah.
Even if she's only a post game fight.
Yeah, but yeah, we did. Time.
But similar names.
It's just it's always like the diversity in specialists.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just fun.
She's just as fun and charming.
She's easily moved.
Very emotional.
Yes. Nanu. I have crippling depression.
The opposite of Olivia's expressiveness.
I have crippling depression.
And Nanu is deadpan and isn't afraid and does not sugarcoat anything.
I'll be sure to mail your roommate, and if you don't, I'll make it out alive.
Jesus Christ!
What's Team Skull gonna do? Christ, it's just Team Skull.
They're a bunch of nerds, or is that tough?
They're just a bunch. Yeah, they, just, they can't fucking kill.
He does also seem to have sort of a dry sense of humor in that regard.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
and they also find out that he's an ex-member of the International Police and sort of carries some trauma from that.
Yeah, and also he actually founded Team Skull originally, which is why he can even let you into Po Town.
He still has the keys.
He founded Team Skull. But it was
but then Guzma came along.
No, I think it was shut down by Bulu.
And then Tapu Bulu who shut it down, and because of Nanu, and because of Nanu's involvement with Team Skull, he's actually forced to serve as Kahuna as punishment.
Yeah,
and isn't allowed to leave the island.
Also, funny cat.
A funny cat man. He has a bunch of Alolan Meowth floating around the island, and his partner is Alolan Persian.
Yeah, he's just
sad old man who likes cats.
Yeah. Now to the Galar gym leaders. There's Milo.
Grassman.
He's a farmer. Yeah, he's a farm boy.
Yeah, he's a jolly farm boy. And he's also really buff, which is extremely hilarious because he has the face of a ditto.
Isn't he also actually really short?
Yeah, he's not very tall.
This manlet.
This fucking meaty manlet of a man.
Manlet of a. That's one hell of a sentence.
And we're not going to talk about how his face looks weird, because it was implied in Ultra Sun and Moon that Ditto can learn to speak English when copying humans.
Yes.
In this essay, I will explain why Milo is actually a Ditto.
We are not doing that. We're not doing that. But yeah, and also, yeah, I think he pets his Pokeball before Dynamaxing.
In his Appleton / Flapple.
Or Eldegoss.
Eldegoss in the gym battle. His Eldegoss or Appleton or Flapple, depending on which battle it is.
He's just a jolly guy.
He's just a happy, wholesome guy. And his design is very amusing and unexpected of a grass specialist.
Mm-hmm. Then there's Nessa. She's a model. She's a model.
And also serves as the water type gym leader in Galar. Of course, named after Loch Ness.
Loch Ness, yeah.
Which is in Scotland, and a partial inspiration for Galar.
Yeah. So the fucking gym involves messing with water levels or something. Messing with water levels.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I'm trying to find something else to say about her. Her league card.
What about it?
You
get a freaking modeling shoot of her as her rare league card.
And also,
mentions her how close she is with Sonia.
Also, she says her name. She mentions her like 3 times in her remet. Imagine how they've been friends for a really long time. Good fucking god.
These bitches gay.
Good for them. Good for them. I had to mention that.
You just couldn't go without mentioning it.
Yeah, Nessa's great.
You could also interpret that they're distantly related instead. And because of the supposed connections between Iskon and Paulina from Legends Arceus, but I digress.
As Opal.
Opal. Oh my god, she is insane, and I love her.
She's 88-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, pink, pink, pink.
She goes absolutely feral. All upon meeting Beat, it is like, this is my son now.
You're my son now. Yeah,
Very much has that old witch woman in vibe.
yeah. Yeah, she was once she was also
A famous actress in her youth.
it's what I think needed, and yeah, and is in need of a successor. Er, er, er.
Which is why she was drawn to Bede.
She's also one of the oldest, also canonically one of the oldest characters.
88?
Yep, 88.
Being 88 years old.
I don't like the sound. I don't like the sound of an 88-year-old play rough.
Yeah. Oh, that's literally what Pierce says in partnered with her. What did he mean by this?
I don't like this. I don't like the sound of an 88-year-old play rough. Oh no.
We'll get to him.
We'll get to him. Yeah. Opal's. She's so chaotic.
I can honestly love her. Also, I like the idea of a fairy specialist sort of refusing to grow up. Like she doesn't like to accept the fact that she's old. Old is noted by the fact that she doesn't and give you points for. She doesn't give you the stat boost for. Who's for saying her actual age, and that only rewards you when you say she looks young.
You say she's 16.
When you say she looks 16.
It's like never ask a woman her age.
A sort of vibe too. When it's sort of an she is a very interesting character.
And also, I think might have been the champion before Mustard took the title.
Yeah, I think it might have been implied that he was champion at some point.
And because, as it said, mentioned Mustard earned his title after beating the fairy.
After being the fairy type champion.
And
so really,
even someone as old as
Opal, yeah, I believe it. And I just love the idea of us just finding out more and more crazy shit about Opal. Like she really has done everything.
Yeah.
And she's an extremely charming character.
So S tier.
You're the best of the best. The favorite gym leaders.
We have Blue. Yes, I know what you're saying.
Well, he's also a rival. Hear me out. Him being a gym leader is part of what makes his character so interesting.
Yeah, after he was beaten and so hard.
You also take him on after a traditional gym challenge.
Or unless you're playing Gen 2.
Gen Heart Gold Soul Silver.
Yeah. Or yeah, he refused to fight you unless you've beaten the other.
Every other gym leader. So you could tell he still does think very highly of himself, but he's not a complete asshat as much as he was in Gen 1.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell he's mellowed out a little bit since then. And it actually congratulates you after beating him. And when in Gen 1 your rival is just kind of like in disbelief.
What, you stinker?
Ethan Ethan insults you.
Smell you later.
Like you could definitely tell he's changed in those 3 years.
Yeah, he's definitely. I think it's
he's a lot more mature, or even if he is still a bit of an ass.
I also like how Let's Go actually shows his getting the position
and as gym leader.
Because they apparently had asked him several times. He'd been asked for the position and would always turn it down
because he wasn't ready to tie himself down like that.
But since the spot was available and he had nothing else to do,
then and he took up the position.
I think that extra a bit. And it's just an interesting idea. That hasn't actually been done that much.
It's like other than Galar doing it 4 times.
Yeah.
I'm not really getting to see how this character or this character's growth as a gym leader. It's not really a thing that's been attempted since Blue, considering we haven't gotten sequel games since. Actually, no, we did. No, they did do this again.
Yeah, like I said, not a lot. More on that. More on that.
More on that when we get further down S tier.
Here. Then we have Morty. Yes, I know. I've openly talked about a problem on his problems.
Uh, 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 ums,
Uh, uh,
but like, come on, it's Morty. He bomb ass design.
at least in HTSS.
Moose and HCSS. This has an association with myths and legends, and an interest in finding out about them alongside Usain.
Also, his name is play on Mortician.
A mortician, or just mortis, which is Japanese, or just mort, which is Japanese for death. Not Japanese, Latin.
Latin.
Japanese,
Latin.
which is Latin for death.
Yeah. It took you a long time to
understand that it was just more like mortality, mortician.
Yeah, and yeah.
And it's actually a really a good name for him.
Yeah. Morty.
Marty.
So then not much to say. Not much to say about him. He's just cool.
He's just a super cool character.
Then there's Jasmine.
Another super cool character from Johto.
Yeah, she has a yeah. Yeah, I mean that you have to do. She's a little more involved in.
All in the overall plot of the game, and that you kind of have to do have to get some medicine to help Ampharos feel better.
The fact she went out of her way.
She literally abandoned her duties as a gym leader to make sure Amphi wasn't alone and sick.
Yeah. You can you call it that mad respect.
My respect for that.
And also, even if her gym doesn't have it literally has no trainers in it. It is just a straight line.
I suppose you could say the lighthouse was the real gym challenge.
Yeah, the lighthouse was the real one. Yeah.
Considering that's where all the trainers are.
Then now moving on to Sinnoh. Did we have some really good ones here.
Sinnoh had some great gym leaders.
We had Rourke, who was the fossil guy.
And also
yeah.
Rourke the fossil guy. I also associate. It also talks to you when you visit the underground for the first time. And you have to go meet him in the mine. I really do see that he just loves caving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think is fun.
And also, yeah, he's got
and he's the first rock gym leader to use a fossil instead of an onyx.
Well, he does.
He has three Pokemon. Yeah.
Geodude, Onyx, and Cranidos.
Yeah, he's the first rock gym leader to use a fossil before Grant did it. Which I think is really cool.
Well, I mean, these kind of, yeah. It's just, he's Rourke is just, I just like Rourke.
Rourke is just, I don't know what to say. He's just
okay. Also was a massive fixation for Alex when he was younger.
And has associated with another gym leader who I think we should talk about next.
Byron. Skipping a bit at Byron. And yeah, his dad.
And Rourke's father, and the Steel type gym leader of the Sinnoh region.
And he has a very loud personality. And I think is a bit full of himself.
He's got an ego. And he's definitely the kind of guy who doesn't have an inside voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
He even wears a cape.
Yep. He's carrying around a shovel.
All of them.
Uh, uh,
Don't you meet him at Iron Island?
Oh,
You
no.
find him?
No.
No.
Oh, you don't. Well, yeah, you can interact with him. You talk to him. He has this house, this little house on an Iron Island.
And where he sort of stays on mining trips.
He's just pretty funny.
Pretty funny, and an amusing contrast as to Rourke being formal and polite. Not formal, but like he's just Rourke's politeness, and willingness to just he's just personable, and then Byron.
Yeah.
He's an egotist and doesn't have a problem on being a little bit rude.
So, yeah. So, backtracking a little.
And all since it made more sense to talk about those two back to back.
We got the fighting gym leader, Sinnoh's fighting gym leader, Maylene.
Yep. First female fighting specialist.
Yeah. She's really awkward.
Or in the same vein as Flannery, because she just got this.
Yeah, she recently got.
She just got this position and is still trying to figure it out.
Also continue. Also, I think continuing the fighting tradition with Chuck.
Chuck sort of, or that was sort of mentioned with Chuck of loving food.
Yeah. Oh right. In HCSS, you can find her in the Celadon's restaurant.
Mm-hmm. On visiting in the Johto region.
Kanto.
Kanto. Visiting the Kanto region.
Agent and yeah, partaking in the eating contest.
Aston, I'm sure she did great in it.
Yeah, it's just she's fun.
And also going all the way out in the snow in a tank top, up in sandals, or is she barefoot?
Yeah, barefoot.
Barefoot in a tank top to see Candace.
Just as part of as part of the work out of the routine.
As part of her training routine, going around in the snow.
Oh my god!
You're gonna fucking die.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm fine. I think she then sneezes.
Oh my god! And also Candace.
Oh yeah.
We should talk about next.
Okay. I know we're skipping around with Sinnoh a bit,
but I think it's, they're in lesbians.
All right, these two have an interaction in the villa.
Yeah.
These two show up as a pair in the villa.
In addition to Mei-Ling wanting to go to see Candace.
Yeah, because they're really good friends.
They're really good friends.
And I think it's actually the reason why Candace has a frost lass.
Oh.
That's because
What are you gonna explain that more?
I think because I think it's due to the fact I think it's they would train together.
Oh.
As a way to.
And as a way to counter Mei-Ling, she caught a ghost type.
I think that she got a frost lass.
And also she has a Metacham and Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, that
fighting type too.
That's mainly due to
Dex limitations, but still, out of all Pokemon they gave her a fighting type.
Yeah. I think she's also a student. And there's some. I think she's a student. She a teacher. I'm not sure. She's very passionate.
Yeah.
And one of the things she mentions is romance.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's fun.
Yep.
I'm not doing it.
So, yeah, we were just talking about Candace.
Yeah.
Yeah, she being a teacher and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I think she warns you about the Snow Point Temple.
Yeah, I think she does.
I
think she does. I think before you go in there,
she warns you about it. How there's a really strong Pokemon locked up there.
No, I can't. Like, she lets you pass.
Ask after you've proven your worthiness.
Yeah.
Is it by becoming champion or by
becoming
yeah, by
champion.
becoming champion?
And yeah, and and oh my cover art. Oh Jesus, for 70. When we talked about the first list.
Yep.
First,
Oh boy, this is gonna be a several hour video.
then okay, then Wake.
Crasher Wake.
The wrestler.
He also, like Byron, has a loud personality. But he's a lot more motivational than egotistical.
Dude runs into dude hears a bomb go up.
Often his immediate reaction is to run in there to make into the site of the explosion and make sure people are Pokemon are okay.
Now
He's a noble guy.
Yeah, very noble.
And also becomes a mentor to Barry.
Yeah. Well, he never said he was.
He never said he was, but Barry considers him as Wake his mentor, even though it could be interpreted that Wake doesn't know Barry personally, aside from just battling him, which is very amusing.
Yeah.
To me, and yeah, that seems like something Barry would do.
Then Fantina, French.
French. She has such an awesome design, and it ties to her partner Pokemon Drifblim.
Yeah, well, it's not actually her partner.
Why did they make that her partner?
I don't know.
It ties into Drifblim, which is one of her Pokemon.
She's also a contest star.
And speaks partially in French.
And shit, in the U.S., it's broken English and Japanese.
And I believe in the French version, it's another language too.
I'm not sure. But French. She's also really smug. And yeah, full of herself.
Yeah. She is a diva through and through.
Yeah. And also it's her platinum puzzle.
Has you going around in the dark finding the correct path.
Not math problems. Not solving math problems.
Why?
Anyways, Volkner.
Yeah.
He literally got bored of. He literally got bored from battling, in that he just stopped us left.
He got so bored of battling that he decided he wasn't going to show up at the gym anymore.
I think someone needs a.
Do you need to talk to someone about this, Volkner?
I think it's through Flint. Flint convinces you to just go. Tell him. You want to battle.
I'll get him back in business.
And well, yeah. Oh, you want to battle? Sure.
Fine.
And actually battling in him gets his.
And he's like, "Oh wow, you weren't a pushover. You actually beat me."
He gets his motivation. He gets his spark back.
You're like, "Oh, there are still strong trainers out there."
Man, at least it's not at least Sinnoh doesn't have a massive skill issue like At least Sinnoh's not like Paldea with its skill issues.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
I don't know. And he's apparently, I guess a lot of people. Yes, I guess because of how many people he's beat. I guess he has a higher win rate. 8.
Oh yeah.
8. And onto a majority of Gen 5.
Oh boy.
Berg, the artist, who's always going off, who's always leaving in his gym because of artist block.
Trying to find inspiration out there in the world.
Artist.
His Japanese name is Artie, which is also upon an artichoke because they like naming characters after plants.
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, look at the
look at this twink.
Yes.
You cannot tell me this man is straight.
Bert. Also, he's okay. I bet his gym had. I bet there were several health violations with his gym at first.
First gym and people suffocating in honey. So yeah, they changed the gym and to be so. The gym is definitely a lot more artistic in White too.
Yeah, and it also has this. Also, yeah, it just has that this abstract music.
Has this sort of funky music.
Uh, 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 yeah, yeah, you just yeah. Else, just his arena is just one big. It's just a giant cocoon.
Yeah, his arena is inside of a giant cocoon.
Or like a rainbow floor,
Or they really did go all out on both the art aspect of him and the bug type aspect, and I think it's amazing. Like, genuinely one of the coolest gyms ever.
then we have Elisa, the who's also a model. And is very inspirational.
Oh, 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 and dedicated to motivating others.
Is also her gym being a fucking in roller coaster.
Her in the first game and a runway in the second.
And and yeah, it's and she's just I think she's just cool.
She is just so cool.
Oh 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 that oh. Then there's Clay, the hey the hey the unfortunate title,
All
the Minor King.
Ah.
Unfortunate title.
Anyways,
It's Clay. I think he's a Japanese businessman.
He's sort of the archetype of a Japanese businessman who moved to America.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you even actually see his ancestor or the Sinnoh region Hisui in Legends Arceus. So I think it's cool that they continued with that idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also and yeah, I think Clay's a bit a little. I think he's very no nonsense.
Yeah, he's a serious type of guy. I will go to great lengths to protect his city.
And even and completely overhaul all that.
Yeah.
And even made even even and even. And even result and made Clay Tunnel.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah he's very yeah, the fucking the funny the business cowboy.
Yes.
In the goddamn Excadrill.
Yeah.
Oh, you know he means business.
That's when he got an Excadrill.
Mm-hmm. Skyla, she's a pilot.
Yeah.
Which the game, they make sure you remember that.
Because she actually flies you over to Lentimus Town in Black 2 White 2. The way through Twist Mountain's closed off.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just yeah, it just has a fun personality. It just a fun personality too.
Yeah, he's kind of got her head in the clouds. So
Yeah,
to speak.
Yeah. Next up are the Opelucid leader. Next up is
Drayden and Iris.
Drayden. Drayden being the old guy. The old guy.
Drayden being the old man and Iris being the little girl.
Yeah. And there's just the contrast in there.
It's Drayden's motif.
The Spartan mayor.
The Spartan mayor being with the futuristic Opelucid design. And Iris having
is representing change in change.
Yeah, Iris. It's funny because the designs are sort of opposite of the characters.
Yeah.
Or like, okay, I don't know what I'm saying, but like, yeah. Yeah, Drayden is the more traditionalist character, but he gets the futuristic city, and Iris is the character who's more about growth and change. She gets the sort of past city,
Uh, uh,
the sort of old fashioned and city.
so, uh, uh, yeah, yeah. And just also they're the only dragon gym leaders with. They're the only dragon gym leaders that actually have a dragon themed gym.
I know you're walking across the heads of a giant stone hydra throughout the whole gym, and that is awesome.
And like you and like
And you pick your path to determine which trainers you face.
oh that yeah and well mainly that's no, that's mainly in that's in black and white too.
In black and white too.
Also like how
It's more of a maze in the original game.
in the sequels it actually slightly changes depending on the version.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a black. It's a white, a black dragon to meet a white meeting the black, white meeting the black, and not reversed.
Which one is the player on in each version?
I think the players is the white meeting the black.
The player's on the white dragon in white too.
Yeah,
Or
they're
the other
black.
way. Players on the black dragon and in white too, and the white dragon in black too.
Yeah, that's it's just
Sort of
cool.
representing, which implies that it was overhauled to match the dragon that the player caught and that the player from the first days caught.
Yeah.
Which is a cool detail.
So, okay, we're almost done with this list.
So we have two more characters to talk about.
Two more Unova.
Two more Unova gym leaders.
Three
more Unova gym leaders. Three.
Yeah. So we got the new ones from Black and White too.
Yeah, the new ones from Black and White too. And hey, remember what we said about Orion becoming a gym leader? Sharon.
Sharon, and taking the in the position from Lenora as normal leader.
Or though not in the same city.
He's still giving out the basic badge.
He's gym leader in the starting town of Vespertia City, which is something never done before, or after.
Yeah.
Or starting in a town with a gym.
And how he had just recently, and how he's a teacher. Yeah, he's a teacher now. Owen had just again.
Owen, after finding his path in life, he decided that he wanted to help others figure themselves out too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and also just the aesthetic, the gym aesthetic is cool.
Mm-hmm.
The interior is
more of an exterior.
Yeah, it's like it's the schoolyard.
That's a schoolyard. You actually, and this gym actually takes place entirely outdoors.
Yeah. It's just cool to see them do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's yeah. Not much else to say. Not much else to say. Then it's just
really cool to see them do it again.
And then there's a Marlin.
And another surfer type character.
Except he's actually a water specialist.
Water specialist this time. He's cheery. He likes to motivate people.
I don't know, maybe either, and I don't think takes stuff too seriously.
Yeah. Like even Team Plasma, I think he kind of shrugs off.
Often, hey, they're just the ocean accepts all, or something, and how if they didn't bother and me,
he's not gonna bother them.
And also he just. When you beat him, he just jump. Also, like I really like his interior.
Humalao Gym.
Humalao Gym is just.
Humalao Gym is just. It's a very cool water gym.
Yeah, you ride across. Yeah. It's just all these bridges as you ride across lily pads. It's just also when you beat him, he just leaves from the back.
Yeah, he swims out. He swims away.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right, finally moving on to the Galar gym leaders.
We skipped Roxy.
Oh, Roxy. How can I
You
almost
literally skipped Roxy.
shit? How did I almost forget about Roxy?
Yeah, how did you?
Shit, I feel bad. I forgot about Roxy.
Yeah. Okay. So Roxy, rockstar gym leader. She's and her gym.
Yeah, punk rocker.
Her gym. It has her.
It's a mosh pit.
It was a mosh pit. It has a vocal. It has backing vocals to it.
Yeah, and you have to beat you have to beat beat her bandmate. It's to challenge her,
Or because the music is too loud and she can't hear you try to talk to her.
Yeah. And also she also the and oh yeah 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 she also has she also I think this is also like sort of their dad.
Yeah, her dad.
She doesn't like how she doesn't with him wanting to become an actor.
Or she doesn't think her dad can do it.
And also he has another job.
He's a sailor.
Her
Her dad calls himself Pop Roxy.
Pop Roxy. That's literally his name.
Yeah, that's what he's known as at least. Oh yeah, I just realized it's because he. I was like, he dated himself to his daughter.
Pop
it's really
Rock.
because he's the pop of Oppa of Roxy.
Yeah.
Pop Roxy.
Pop
That's so
Rock.
dumb. Yeah, I'm Pop Rocks. Roxy wants to be a star.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, they expect there to be multiple layers to that.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it's just yeah, it's just yeah, Roxy is just Roxy is great.
It's such a fun and unique gym leader.
And also, hey, the first poison specialist, and she was the first poison specialist since Koga.
Oh yeah, it's Janine.
Janine, for real. And also happened to be in a sequel.
Yeah, neither Hoenn nor Sinnoh had one.
And yeah, Roxy's fun.
Yeah.
And then there's the Galar gym leaders. There's only 3 here.
You're starting.
Kabu. I like he's actually from Hoenn
And possibly related to Flannery.
possibly
He could be who Flannery was taking.
I think grandfather, or I think.
Did Flannery say she was taking care over for her grandfather?
Yeah.
Or there's a good chance that Kabu is Flannery's grandfather that used to be the Lava Ridge gym leader. So
Yeah. Also, I think he might also have a Torkoal. I think he might have a Torkoal when you battle him again.
Oh yeah, isn't that Flannery's ace?
That's Flannery's ace too.
He has Torkoal, which is Flannery's ace in his rematch.
It's also and also the fact that his gym mission is very unique. You catch Pokemon
All your goals to catching up. You have 3 chances to catch a Pokemon, and you get points for doing so.
Also, the only sensible way to get a Sizzlipede.
Yeah, please catch a Sizzlipede here, because the only other way to encounter it is
a 1%.
A 1% encounter or outside of Motostoke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, fittingly, Sizzlepede's evolution. Centiskorch is also Kabu's partner.
And your introduction into Gigantamax.
Yeah, he very much is the final challenge for this leg of the journey.
For the first part.
Or section of the journey. And where the kitty gloves came off.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah. Also, he's just kind of goofy.
I just love his vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in sort of super intense seriousness. Yes, and like it's just and the lore surrounding the potential lore surrounding him. And it's just so much fun.
Also, I like how his league card, his rare league card is literally the same position
Literally the same as his common league card, but it's a picture of him from several years ago.
from when he was younger.
From when he was younger. So I think that's fun.
Then there's Pierre's, the second, I think
The first dark type gym leader.
right, yeah.
Uh,
It took 20 years.
It took 20 years to get a dark gym leader, which is bizarre, but yeah.
And also, I think the second time they did the thing about the second time they did the twist with the leader or with the double leader idea.
Yeah.
First time, yeah.
Or even though Pierre's is much less presented as a team leader.
Or yeah, he's the captain of Team Yell.
Captain of Team Yell. And it's revealed that these Mari fans are her older brother's gym trainers.
Yes.
He told them to support Marty, and they sort of went too far with it and started harassing other challengers.
They just started.
So then I believe he scolds them.
I think he did.
And afterwards, Urza tells them to stop doing that.
His Piers actually has quite a bit of involvement at the in the end game, and helping you get break into Rose Tower, or by distracting everyone.
The concert, and then travels around.
On you in the post.
I'm with you in the post gate and stopping the Dynamax Pokemon that are going crazy at the gyms.
How the fuck does he have more involvement in the story than Marnie? What the fuck?
No idea.
What? But yeah, Piers he's just cool.
He's just really cool.
Also, the fucking hair.
And also his funny Obstagoon hair.
Also, Piers is the only gym character in the game to actually have it. To actually have a Pokemon on the TV trained.
Oh yeah, being his Obstagoon.
In its defenses due to
Obstagoon being in EV and having maximum defense EV is because Pierce doesn't Dynamax.
Yeah,
that's also interesting because Spikemuth is the only gym town without a power spot. So,
man, I can't blame his distaste for Dynamaxing.
And he also hates Dynamaxing because it's just flashy for flashy's sake. Which is true, actually.
Oh, and also it's a really unbalanced mechanic.
And it can oversimplify things.
And also he really doesn't, and mainly he also really doesn't like Rose either.
Yeah, he also hates Rose. So much to the point where he didn't show up to the gym leader roll call, all very likely to spite him.
So, okay, last one on this list is Raihan.
What Raihan?
Dude's got his phone on his art. Dude's holding his phone on his art.
Yep. Pokemon's first influencer. She does not count.
Fuck you. The thing is, Raihan's a lot more subtle with that.
And it's just kind of something he likes to do because he's so in love with himself.
And also he's Leon's rival.
Owen always just barely behind Leon.
Man, I wonder what.
And it's stated that Raihan could move to another region and become champion there if he wanted, but he refuses to because he wants to beat Leon and be the Galar champion.
Yeah, they're both. They're
implied they've been going at it for a really long time.
They're real. They seem to be really good friends.
Yes.
And so much that they need to prove. He need.
Raihan.
Yeah.
You're weird. Just look at me. Touch cat.
Oh, of course. Raihan. He takes a selfie before or Gigantamaxing.
Yeah.
And also, his fight is a double battle, and a weather and a sandstorm.
Yep.
It's a very it's a unique idea. for yeah, it's a del no, not unique, but not unique to him, but
Still.
oh. Also, his whole thing is using weather,
Yeah, mainly he's sand.
and yeah,
And though he has some Pokemon that utilize Ice Rain and Sun on his rematches.
yeah.
As well.
Oh yeah, Raihan's cool, and we like him.
And go to gym leader.
With that being said,
We've
oh,
been talking for an hour and a half, for more than an hour and a half, and we still haven't gotten around to the longer list.
I expected this to be the short part. I mean, like a few minutes or so.
Well, whereas that was more opinion based, this is more statistics based. So we'll be sort of dissecting these characters,
There's teams.
his teams.
Well, starting with 3 categories. Starting with 3 extraneous categories.
Is the first of which has no rematch outside of the Elite Four.
Olivia.
Yep.
And okay, for Kalos, these guys never had more than 3 Pokemon, so it's unfair to compare them to the rest. Their rematches only have 2 Pokemon.
On in the battle chateau.
Again, these guys either have incomplete teams or you don't fight them at all. The trial captains.
Yep.
And well, Ace Rola's case is she's also fought outside of the elite, fought in the Elite Four.
Or so she could also be paired with the Olivia there.
But I just I felt like these categories were necessary
because Alola because now notably Olivia is the only Kahuna like that because the other 3 have proper rematches, or at the very least you fight them late enough to the point where they have fully realized teams.
Mm-hmm. So let's get on with the actual list.
Yep.
Starting with
D tier. These teams are terrible. And we're going off what we think is the best team for each of these characters.
So mainly in Kanto's case,
in Kanto's case, it's either Let's Go or HGSS.
I think it's I'm pretty sure it's his HGSS.
Which is basically always HGSS because the Let's Go teams are kind of stupid.
They only have 5 Pokemon.
5 Pokemon.
So I don't know. I guess go over each team, their teams respectively.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long one. As his, I don't know, his. Yeah, his Let's Go team is
not good.
It's the Fossils, Golem, Madonix.
Yeah.
And his Fighting Dojo team. Oh no, a grass. Oh no.
You know, his Fighting Dojo team could be good, but every one of his Pokemon is weak to grass, with 5 of them being quad weak to grass.
Quad weak to grass.
He does actually nothing to counter his grass weakness.
He has no coverage.
It has barely any coverage, with most of his Pokemon just having rock, ground, and water. Or with the only exceptions being Inkabutops and Rampardos. Oh well, Rampardos has Avalanche. It dies to grass immediately anyways, though.
No, it's too frail.
This is like one of the worst rematch teams I have ever seen. Like, dear God, it's terrible.
It's abysmal.
This is an abysmal team. Because it is so pathetically easy to counter.
I've done it.
And next is Lieutenant Surge, who I believe has the same problem. He does absolutely nothing to counter his ground weakness.
He brought a fucking Pachirisu to the team.
No, sorry. He has Grass Knot and Natural Gift on Raichu and Manectric.
A physical move.
Manectric's move being a physical move. Electivire has Ice Punch. And he has Magnet. Okay, he does do a little bit to counter his ground weakness, but like, I want to point something out. Magnezone has Mirror Shot. There's Grass Knot, Natural Gift. Everything else except Electivire only has normal and electric moves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, overheat on Manectric. Manectric and Electivire are the only Pokemon that have more than 2 different types of non-normal damaging moves.
Mm-hmm.
Hooves. Literally speaking, if in his wait, which Pokemon is it?
What?
His Electrode can only hurt you or the ground type by exploding.
Mm-hmm.
And ground types tend to have high defense too. It really just fails to cover things, and it's just a mess of a team.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't get any better.
Or because here's Erica. Now it feels like she was dealt a bad hand to begin with because grass is just not a good type defensively.
Oh no.
And okay, she has. First off,
She's trying to run a Sun team here.
she's trying to run a Sun team. And the problem with that is that all of her Pokemon are weak to fire.
Yeah, you see, Sun is a really funny weather condition.
And because it's supposed to benefit grass types, but it also increases the power of their most noteworthy weakness.
Benefits grass types, screws over water type.
But also screws over grass types and benefits fire types.
Since it makes them stronger.
Also, Shiftry has Explosion. Why the fuck does Shiftry have Explosion? and just like, what does she have to hit fire types with?
Nothing.
Just Rock Slide and Earthquake on Tangrowth.
But that thing, yeah, but no. I'm sorry.
Why? Literally, if they were going to do a Sun team, they should have done it with a Fire Trainer.
You know, one of these is unfortunate enough to not have a rematch. Is unfortunate enough. Unfortunately doesn't get a rematch team.
But Giovanni does technically have a team in HGSS.
Well, I mean, if you want to go by his Let's Go team.
Let's Go, right. His final Let's Go team.
Which
is, well, it's fucking miserable. He has Doug Trio with 3 moves.
Yeah.
All his Pokemon except Nidoking have 3 moves.
Also, the final gym leader's supposed to have 5 Pokemon. What?
He has 4.
Because he doesn't have a repeat. He doesn't have a repeat
anymore. They couldn't give him
it's like a Sand
They
Slash.
couldn't give him a Sand Slash? Like, genuinely, why doesn't he have Sand Slash? Slash on this team.
They didn't want to throw Persian onto the team either.
Or because it would go against him being a ground specialist.
Listen, they want to be more. They want to stick to that these nowadays.
Like, why? And his fucking his and 3 of his Pokemon, right? 3 are running Megahorn.
3.
No, 2 of his. He has 2 Pokemon running Megahorn too.
Mm-hmm.
Who? Rhydon. Rhydon is just bad.
Oh, I mean,
it's not bad.
It's too slow.
Rhydon is too slow and dies to water and grass effortlessly.
Mm-hmm.
He thanks to Sturdy not existing.
It didn't have Sturdy anyway.
Sturdy? I'm stupid. Sorry.
It's quad weak to water and grass. It's really
bad.
I mean, I don't think we're counting his World Tournament team.
No, we're not counting World Tournament team specifically. To be fair, his coverage on that one isn't very good either. Actually, they at least have good movesets.
Also have
they have items and movesets. They have berries and movesets in that.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up. They gave him a Marowak.
Yeah.
Fucked up. They gave him one.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. But Jesus Christ! Oh, look, he has Sand Slash.
Yeah.
Hit my tongue.
Yeah. But yeah, we're not counting.
Not counting the World Tournament teams.
It was for
obvious reasons, because they're only gens 1 through 5.
except with the I think with the exception of the Unova leaders,
With the exception of the
because they
Universe,
don't have rematches.
because those basically are their rematches, and I think the reason we're not counting Gen 1 through 4 characters is because they're not rematches in the games you fight them in as gym leaders. Because I think that's the stipulation there.
Yeah.
Or they have to be rematches from games that they're gym leaders in.
Next up is Roxanne. Oh no. She doesn't have her rematch in Emerald.
Hold. She has
A nose pass.
a nose pass. And
Wait.
almost the same problem as Brock. Half of her team is quad weak to grass and water.
I mean, she at least has a Steelix.
No, I know half her team is quad weak to grass.
And one of those is a nose pass.
And one of them is a nose pass. Her only counter to grass is Aerodactyl, which doesn't have a flying move. Its moveset is Rock Slide, Hyper Beam, Supersonic, and Protect. What in the hell is that moveset?
I don't know.
And also running Surf and Ice Beam on Kabutops, as well as Swords Dance, which only boosts Rock Slide.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Her Golem has Focus Punch.
That's the most exploitable move in the series.
Her Nose Pass just explodes.
Also, yeah, because also again, it's a nose pass.
It's a fucking nose pass. It's terrible.
Oh.
What? Why it's fucking... Wait! No! Fucking hell! What? Her Kabutops and Alvastar have the exact same moveset. Except they switch Protect for Swords Dance on Kabutops.
That's horrible.
Why you never want to run the same moveset on those Pokemon? What the fuck? What's a physical attacker and what's a special attacker?
I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways,
there's a reason that's in D tier.
Anyways, is that?
Oh my god.
Anyways, there is next up are two on the next up on Galar's gym leaders.
Up two from Galar. Her terrible rematch teams.
It was Milo has oh right, its team actually differs depending on
version, but I think we'll go with Shield because his Shield team is better because it has Appleton and not Flapple.
Also Ludicolo.
Oh yeah, Appleton and Ludicolo and
Physical Ludicolo.
Yeah, oh yeah, his Ludicolo only knows physical moves. It knows Seed Bomb, Waterfall, Body Slam, Fake Out. What?
Also, yeah, not much. Doesn't counter anything.
He doesn't counter. Ludicolo is his only fire counter, and he has no counters to flying, or bug.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. He counters one of Grass's weaknesses, but doesn't address the other two in the slightest.
Also, you got a Cherum too.
I thought he run his Cherum. Cherum sucks. Let's see, what's that Eldegoss moveset? It has Hyper Voice and Giga Drain, as well as Cotton Guard and Protect, as well as the wall. Well, I guess. The Zarina's pretty good, I guess. The Drop Kick, High Jump Kick, Zen Headbutt.
Mm-hmm.
Cherum has Solar Beam, which is supposed to, Weather Ball is supposed to tie with Sunny Day, as well as Dazzling Gleam, and Appleton has Apple Acid, Dragon Pulse, Iron Defense, and Recover, so it's also supposed to wall. That's his Gigantamax Pokemon, and it's literally not going to use Dragon. It's literally not going to use use Recover or Iron Defense since they both just become Max Guard.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's amusing to me that they didn't think of that when designing the moveset for it.
Also, one ice move can just
Oh yeah, and also even if it's Dynamax, you're probably just gonna murder it with one physical ice move.
Mm-hmm.
Or even a special ice move since quad weak.
It's quad weak to ice.
You're gonna murder it with any ice move. And as great as Opal is as a character, her final team is trash.
Okay, yeah.
She is D tier as well.
Yeah, I think her start. All right, she doesn't have a full rematch.
She doesn't have a full rematch team.
She doesn't have a Champ Cup team.
So
just in the Star Tournament,
she has 3 Pokemon in the Star Tournament, And in her gym battle, she has 4, and we're not count.
Well, one of them is Mawile.
One of them is Mawile. She ditches Mawile, of course. So she mainly gets here on the merit that her strongest team has 3 Pokemon on it.
Mm-hmm.
She literally, and they're not even that bad of those Pokemon, which is the thing about it. Wheezing, Venoshock, Strange Steam, Toxic, and Protect. All right. Togekiss got Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, Reflect, and Mystical
It's got
Fire.
Hustle though.
Oh, it does have Hustle. Doesn't do anything with it. It really, because remember, Hustle only applies if you're using physical.
So it's pretty useful.
I don't know why she opted for Hustle over Serene Grace.
And yeah.
An Alchemy has Draining Kit, which is mainly there to become G-Max Finale. He's Psychic, and she's also running Acid Armor. Why do they give them 2 status moves with a Pokemon that's not going to use status moves?
I don't know.
And she does actually try to counter her weaknesses too. Togekiss has Mystical Fire for Steel types, and Alchemy he has Psychic for Poison types.
Yeah,
as well as Wheezing not being weak to poison.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a shame. If they gave her a full proper team, I could see her easily getting a higher tier, but on the merit of technically having a rematch team, but only having a strong team, but technically only having 3 Pokemon with it, she doesn't escape D tier. And I'm gonna go grab another water.
Okay. All right, so
C tier.
That we got Blaine.
Yep, Blaine. These are decent. They tried harder than D tier.
This team is just really slow. It's just pretty slow. Mostly pretty slow.
Torkoal, Magcargo, Camerupt, Torkoal, Magcargo, Oh, Pokemon.
Also, this is pre-drought Torkoal.
Oh yeah, that too. Ooh, so. So he has to waste a turn using Sunny Day, and it also runs.
If it even goes first.
If it doesn't die immediately. Camerupt with Solid Rock is a sensible decision.
And Magcargo.
Magcargo, I love you, but I know you're not very good.
Fucking Magcargo.
Oh, also, Houndoom and Rapidash have Flash Fire. When are you ever going to use a fire type move against him in the first place?
Exactly.
Both of those all of his Pokemon resist fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he at least tries to counter.
Grass. He has a Solar Beam as a grass counter.
Solar Beam as a water counter.
As a water counter on Camerupt.
And has and also our Earthquake.
Earthquake as a rock counter on it.
Yeah.
Magmortar also has Thunderbolt to counter.
Or water.
And for rock, Earthquake also counters rock. For ground, he has Solar Beam as well. Now the big problem is that both of his Pokemon that are meant to counter his weaknesses are very slow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they're likely to die before they can actually help and do anything.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, the Sunny Day also does help counter water inherently, but he's still nearly defenseless against ground types.
Yeah. Next up is Janine.
Yeah, Janine.
All right. Again, doesn't really counter.
It tries to counter. It's weak to ground and poison.
I mean, Weezing and Crobat can't be hit by.
Weezing and Crobat can't be hit by ground type moves.
It was Drapion is.
I said psychic.
Psychic.
Drapion's immune to psychic. Weezing and Crobat can't be hit by ground. And adding to that, Ariados and Venomoth
Other neutral.
their neutral ground is neutral on. So actually, she does do a pretty good job of just having Pokemon that aren't weak to ground.
But you have an Ariados on your rematch team.
But she does lose points for having a fucking Ariados on a rematch team, and its only direct damaging move being Bounce. It knows Nightshade, which does a consistent 58 damage every time it hits, which is not very much at that point in the game. And then she has Bounce, a 2-turn move that's easily exploitable. So her Ariados is basically a sitting duck that can Toxic or Swagger.
And also Bounce can miss.
And Bounce can miss at that. That Ariados is just such a bad Pokemon.
Yeah, it is pretty terrible.
And I please give these two, give Ariados and Lighting an Evolution Escape Freak. Please, I'm begging
But
you.
there's an attempt.
There was an attempt. She does counter ground defensively and doesn't do that much else too great.
Yeah.
And aside from Venomoth, she has way too many status moves on her team.
I mean, that's kind of the whole thing with poison trainers. Poison types.
Like, she has two Pokemon with Confuse Ray. Hey. Hey, why does Drapion have Confused Ray in the first place?
I have no idea.
Hey, so wouldn't it be better off running another coverage move like Aqua Tail?
Also, wouldn't it be better if it had Night Slash tail?
Yeah.
After that, a Crunch.
And Night Slash would be more beneficial. It would be beneficial over Crunch.
Which with Sniper.
I'd replace Night Slash Crunch with Night Slash, or replace Confuse Ray with Focus Energy.
Yeah.
If she wants to run, really wants to run a status move there.
Yeah.
Here, that would have. Here, Aaron. Yeah, Aaron. Toxicroak running Attract is a gamble. Oh, and also due to it having Dry Skin, that also means half her team is weak to fire.
Yeah.
Or which is a weakness that Poison doesn't even inherently have. We're doing a video, probably yes.
Probably yes.
Okay, yeah. Half her team's weak to fire, which is a type that Poison doesn't even inherently struggle with.
That now we move on to Faulkner.
All right. Faulkner, starting with addressing weaknesses. And there's the problem area. He doesn't.
He does.
He's weak to ice. Nothing that's super effective against ice. No, wait. He's weak to ice and rock and electric. Nothing to counter electric types whatsoever. And he has one move, which is close combat on Staraptor, that's supposed to take care of both ice and rock.
There's also Pelipper.
Oh yeah, Pelipper takes rock too. He has two Pokemon that can counter rock, and one that can counter ice, which is also one of the rock counters.
Oh my god, they're all early birds.
And yeah, the elephant in the room is that all of them are early game birds except Hotchcrow, which might as well be one because it's not very good. Good. Like, and the kicker is that two of his Pokemon can't even hit with moves that aren't normal type. Which is Swellow and Pidgeot. So they literally... So if you send a ghost type out against those, they're completely defenseless.
Yep.
Which is just a glaring oversight. As said previously, his entire team can be just trivialized by bringing an electric type to it. Yeah, like if you traded over a Rotom you can encounter his team, and two of them can't even hit you.
Yeah, really. What?
He fails to counter his weakness too well, and has the oversight of having a type that can't be damaged by two of his Pokemon. Like that's a pretty big problem. That being said, he does his Pelipper as a cool moveset in Hidden Power Fighting, or Surf, Ice Beam, and Tailwind. And Staraptor's running Brave Bird is going to hit very hard. Swellow has Guts and Flame Orb, which is smart, as well as Double Team, though having burning yourself and then trying to make it so your opponent can't hit you, so you live longer is kind of counterintuitive.
Mm-hmm.
If if we should have had, oh well, so Pidgeot has double team too. Why not just have that?
I don't
Why
know.
not give Swallow a coverage move or something?
I have no idea. But yeah, that's what saves him from
That's what saves him from D tier.
Morty.
Or he does have a few decent ideas there.
Be Morty. Morty. Are you kidding me?
Now the biggest thing to note is that he uses 2 Gengars
And a Sableye.
and a Sableye. What other ghost existed at the time?
There had to have been more than that, right? Smagius,
Okay, Bayonet.
Bayonet.
It's not very good, but they really didn't give him a Bayonet instead of 2 Gengars.
2 Gengar. They're the same level and have.
They're the same level, but and I guess it's kind of interesting that he has 2 Gengars with completely different movesets, so you can't tell them apart, or until they attack you with something that isn't Shadow Ball.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but still,
They also really lack coverage.
Ghost. It's weak to Dark and
And itself.
So there's no problem there.
Er,
And he doesn't. And the only dark. He has 2 attempts at countering Dark, which both have their own problems.
Focus Blast.
One is on Focus Blast on one of his Gengars is a move that has a good chance at missing.
And Sableye.
And Sableye has Brick Break, but Sableye is Sableye. It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it has no weakness. Its weakness is fucking everything because it dies instantly.
It's Sableye.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry, Morty.
A lot of the points lost are for the fucking double Gengar.
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Also in D tier.
C.
C. We're in CC.
You do?
We're in, yeah.
Yeah, C.
Now on paper, this looks like a pretty good team. She's got good coverage too. And she's got Psychic, Electric, Flying, Water, Ground across the team.
Also some pretty strong Pokemon.
And some pretty strong Pokemon. Metagross, Magnezone, Skarmory,
Empoleon.
Empoleon, Steelix. Now, one of the biggest points against her is that she uses a Bronzong when she already has Steelix on the team. Why? Could she not use, like, I don't know, Bastiodon? Brock didn't use it already.
Yeah.
He-
Or Aggron.
Like, Bastion or Aggron?
On
On one of those would have been cool to have, and would have countered fire, which is something she desperately needs.
just Empoleon counters it.
Empoleon's the only fire counter or on the team. And here's the kicker. So you know how she has 2 psychic types? Neither of them actually have a psychic move to counter fighting.
Well, Bronzong has Dream Eater. If it puts you to sleep. If it
With
put,
hypnosis.
yeah, if it actually lands a hypnosis.
Oh yeah, Skarmory has Air Slash, a special move.
Oh my god.
She tries to counter fighting, but does it horribly. And still has 3 weaknesses? Ground.
I and fire.
Yeah, we already talked about fighting and ground. She has 2 ground counters. She has... Yeah, she's 2 ground counters. Empoleon has all of its damaging moves counter ground. And Skarmory is immune to ground.
Mm-hmm.
So she does at least do something right there. Oh yeah, I did fail to mention that Empoleon isn't technically her only fire counter, since Bronzong is heat proof, so it's not weak to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's her Bronzong whose best strategy is putting you to sleep and you using Dream Eater.
Or yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jasmine.
And why does she have gravity on it? What is she planning to do? None of her Pokemon have ground moves. All it does is just, I guess, make you vulnerable to all the spikes that Skarmory has a chance to set up.
Yeah.
If anything, it makes her Skarmory vulnerable on the ground if she sends that out after Bronzong.
Yeah. 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 Point is, yeah. Jasmine's team, and it looks good on paper. It just sucks.
It sucks in practice.
Broly.
Ah, man, here he is.
Only have
And he has Medicham and 5 pure fighting types. 5 of them.
Focus Punch.
And you want to know what? And guess what? Hitmonchan was running Fire and Ice Punch before the physical special split.
Man, he really did train from Bruno.
Oh shit, you're right.
He really did train from Bruno.
Oh my god. And yeah, and not to mention not 1, not 2, but 3 of his Pokemon have Focus Punch. Punch. Why? His Medicham's also using Psychic.
Yeah.
And Hitmontop has Pursuit. That's a special move, too. Literally half the... No exaggeration. Like, almost half of the moves in this fight that he can use are fighting-type moves. Which, fair, but, like... Did you really need Cross-Chop... Did you really need to bring Focus Punch on your Machamp when it already has Cross-Chop?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's more likely to land than Focus Punches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think so. I wish Oraz did have
rematches, because
they probably would have done better than this.
And done better than the the honestly really bad rematches as in Hoenn
and Emerald.
Emerald.
Oh yeah. Next up, go. It's Norman.
And then Norman's original team was somewhat of a joke, considering, well, he has a fucking... considering he has a Spinda by Noon and Slacking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what has he got here?
All right. Go down slightly. And he has nothing to counter or fighting types.
Mm-hmm.
As well as having not 1, but 2 Slackings and keeping the Blissey. No, and keeping the Spinda.
Mm-hmm.
Did I mention that Blissey has Focus Punch as its only damaging move?
A physical move.
And it's a physical move on it. And Tauros is... And speaking of physical moves, Tauros is running Fire Blast. And one of it... And his one of his Slackings and both of his Slackings are running 2 special moves.
Yeah.
One's running Blizzard and Fire Blast. The other's running Flamethrower and Thunderbolt. Oh, why does he have 3 fire moves on this team? All on physical attackers? I have no idea. But like, I do understand that they probably didn't want to give him a Snorlax. And
yeah.
and the Slackings are basically nuke buttons.
Uh-huh.
And for 1 turn.
Albeit one of them has Hyper Beam.
Oh yeah. It's not going to be doing anything anyways.
But yeah.
Yeah, Slackings are basically nuke buttons. And with a powerful normal move each.
Mm-hmm. Next up is a
Shadow Ball. The fact bringing Shadow Ball on them if you brought a Ghost type is sort of smart.
But now Tate and Liza.
Yeah, Tate and Liza.
Yep, they got them. They
rocks.
basically just added Slowking and Hypno.
They added Slowking and Hypno to their teams, basically.
Yeah. Oh, look at that! That's a nice physical special Soul Rock you got there.
They're with Flamethrower, Solar Beam, and Psychic.
Nice.
And Why in the hell did you not give that one Earthquake?
Nope, give it to Lunatone.
Like, forego having Psychic on Soul Rock and use Earthquake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's and also just no coverage.
Which nothing takes down Dark types. Or even attempts to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Rock's the only thing that can deal with bugs.
Oh, but it's a oh. So it's not. It sucks. This team ain't good.
This seems terrible. Okay, no. Let me ramble a bit about this. Three of their Pokemon cannot. Yeah, two of their Pokemon cannot touch Dark types.
Mm-hmm.
Slowking and Xatu only have Psychic as their only damaging move.
Mm-hmm.
And if you bring a Sableye for some reason, Hypno can't damage that.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Pokemon that's walled by Sableye.
Yeah.
Like, and aside from that, two Pokemon have Earthquake, and then there's Special Soul Rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The move sets fall apart when theoretically they have good coverage on this team.
Yeah.
Even with the Pokemon there. They have good species.
Yeah, but yeah.
But they just kind of squandered the move sets.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be fine if the move sets were good.
All right. Next up, we got. Next up. Okay. Next up, I think as we said, the exception.
And the Univa leaders.
Or since they don't have.
How about, let me see how many of these are in C tier. Let me look. Okay.
Well, one of them, really, is Silent. Lacks coverage. I think enough said.
He lacks coverage. He can. The only thing he has to deal with fire is Bulldoze on Ferrothorn.
But that thing's getting that thing's getting fucking roasted.
And before it can't attack, he didn't even give it that. Why did he opt for or Akaberry on Whimsicott instead of Ferrothorn?
I don't know.
That would have been way smarter.
Grass Gem Acrobatics.
Grass Gem Acrobatics is interesting. So it has to use Seed Bomb before it can use Acrobatics, correct?
Yeah.
Actually, which also means that if you have some, you can bring it. He can't use the strategy at all if you bring something with Sap Sipper.
So wait, hold on. Jumpluff has two Sunbait moves, but his abilities, but none of his Pokemon run Sunny Day.
Yeah, actually, he brought a Pokemon with two Sunbaked abilities.
Yeah, Maractus and Lilligant and can run and potential abilities.
The aspect of random abilities makes things more difficult.
Oh yeah.
All for these gym leaders.
Yeah, Silent just lacks coverage, and Iris's team, well.
Yeah, of course he doesn't try to counter or Awkward Bug at all.
Well,
flying. Well, Iris.
Well, because we're specifically counting her as a gym leader here.
We're talking about her gym team.
Even
Pokemon White. How did this escape D tier?
I don't know.
Like, genuinely, why is this not in D tier?
I don't know.
She has 3 Pokemon, one of which is a Fracture. She has Dragon Tail on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the TM she gives you?
Yeah, it's the TM you get.
Assurance on 2 of them. And why does she have Dragon Rage on Fracture?
I have no idea.
Sheer Force Night Slash can be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Haxorus can be pretty strong.
Haxorus just has such high stats.
I was mainly just probably consider like the level curve, how Gen 5's level curve is.
Is she high level for that?
Yeah, it's like it's around your level.
actually around your level, so it can be a challenge.
And yeah,
I think in this specific case, it's more of in context of the game. I guess if we were looking at it at this team in a vacuum, it would be D-tier.
Yeah,
But in the context of the game, it is pretty good for when it is.
I don't know why that's not like a Zwilus or something.
Like seriously, she should have had Zwilus.
Or what?
What?
That's under leveled.
Oh yeah, true. But I don't see why she wasn't running a Zwilus.
What Haxorus is very under leveled.
Haxorus can be under leveled, and Zwilus can as well.
These gym leaders are no stranger to under leveled Pokemon.
Yeah, I would have ran as Zwilus there.
Then next up would be jumping down. Jumping down. We have
Galar.
Or we have B.
Yep.
We have B.
In the champion tournament.
And yeah, nothing to counter. Nothing to.
She has two bug moves. Moves to count. Two bug moves and a dark move to counter her psychic types.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also weak to flying. She does not counter flying at all. Nothing even resists it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. Machamp has Ice Punch, and that's her only fighting counter.
Mm-hmm.
Or I suppose not Sub-Zero Slammer. What is it? Max. The ice one.
Yeah, the ice.
I think it'd be like. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no cover. No.
And the other weakness, fighting.
Fairy.
Fairy. She has Poison Jab on Halucha, and that's it. She has one move to counter flying and in Fairy, and none to counter Psychic.
Oh, what you mean? What? No, what?
What?
She's got counter Psychic.
Oh yeah, no, she does counter Psychic decently.
Yeah. Only one thing to counter Fairy.
Yeah, but she only has. She has two of her Pokemon counter or Psychic, being Surf Etched with a priority move nonetheless.
Yeah.
And Phalanx both with Bug and Dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah.
Then
and then Marnie.
We're actually this one is that right.
We are counting her gym team because it is a type specialist team. Team as a dark gym leader. It isn't a type specialist team, even technically. So she does lose points for that. It being her as a gym leader, but not as a dark. She has a Toxicroak. I don't know why she has a Toxicroak. That seems like cheating.
I don't know. Maybe to counter fairies.
It does counter fairies, but like, it's still not a dark type. That nitpick aside, I'm looking at her Pokemon.
Liepard.
She has a Liepard.
Oh, it's got Nasty Plot for Snarl.
Why is it running Nasty Plot to use Snarl? Okay, and she All right, Dark is also weak to fighting and Bug. Mm-hmm. Go down. Let me see. The type she struggles the most with is Bug.
Yeah.
She does not have a move to counter Bug.
Oops. Oops.
Now, granted, two of her Pokemon resist Bug, and one
right.
Two of her Pokemon are neutral to Bug, and one resists it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she does defensively not struggle with Bug very much, but still, the fact that she doesn't have a move that counters Bug is amusing to me. And okay, there's and
alarms.
I wish you could turn them off without going into the alarm app, no clock app.
So all right, yeah, it just doesn't.
And she has one fairy counter that isn't even a dark type.
Mm-hmm.
Type and her only fighting counter, well, she has a resistance in the form of the not dark type, and her G-Max Grim Snarl.
Which counters it?
And also runs 2 fairy moves for some reason. Why does it run 2 fairy moves? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, let's. All right, up to B tier.
Yeah, moving up to B tier, these are actually good. They might have a few weaknesses, but they're not terrible teams.
Aims. Aims. Starting with Misty.
Yeah. Starting with Misty's team. She has Quagsire to counter or Electric, which, I mean, you really can't only counter that with a ground move. So I'm not going to fault on that too much. And she's also running Ice moves on 4 of her Pokemon, so she has got grass covered pretty well there. Air. Though running ice moves on 4 of her Pokemon also doubles as part of the problem in that she doesn't have that great of offensive coverage. Hedge. Like, no exaggeration, her Starmie, he covers covers every offensive type she has except for her ground. Electric, Ice, Psychic, Water, and Ground. 5 types throughout her whole team. She didn't. What she should have done is opted not to have Thunderbolt on Starmie and went with something like Shadow Ball instead. Maybe don't run. Let's see. Maybe don't bother running Agility on Floatzel.
Yeah.
I'll run another coverage move instead. Had like a dark move. There are ways to improve it, but overall, it is a pretty solid team.
Sabrina. Sabrina. Wobbuffet.
She has a Wobbuffet. That is a thing.
That's interesting. Very, very, very fast team.
She has a fast team. Literally, Wobbuffet's the only slow Pokemon on the team. She has Alakazam, Espeon, Mr. Mime, Jinx, and Gallade. Aside from that, Wobbuffet.
It also has having Shadow Ball and Focus Blast.
Shadow Ball on Espeon to counter or ghost types.
And Gallade.
Gallade, Hayden, Jinx have close combat and focus blast respectively to deal with dark types. So there's also Gallade not being weak to dark. Arc. And as for this is a team with a bug weakness.
Yeah.
Gallade's the only thing that's not weak to bug, and she doesn't have anything super effective against the bug type. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure all the bug types you could bring here are weak to something, are weak to electric or psychic. Are either flying type or weak to or poison type, or fighting type, but. Come on, you weren't thinking of bringing hair across to this fight.
Unless you wanted to bring a Pinsir or Scizor.
Like Pinsir or Scizor. Like a Pinsir or Scizor has her team hard countered. And those are 2 very specific matchups against 2 very strong Pokemon that she failed to account for.
But
it is overall a pretty solid team, and Wobbuffet is interesting to see here. It can definitely screw you over. or if you get unlucky at guessing what it's gonna do.
Next up, up are the Johto leaders. Is here. Bugsy can has Shedinja,
Bugsy has Shedinja, so that's a fun inclusion.
and
And he has the three big bad bugs.
yeah, the big bugs.
Bugs of the Kanjo continent.
Mm-hmm.
And Scizor, Pinsir, and Heracross.
Us.
Us all together.
Yeah, Scyther evolved.
Yeah, his Scyther evolved since last fight.
He's got
and it also from the
Technician Bullet Punch.
Technician Bullet Punch on Scizor is really good and smart. Or he also brings in Yanmega and Vespiquen from the Sinnoh region.
Well, Yanmega's.
Oh no, Yanmega's the evolution of a Johtomon. On he also adds a Vespiquen to his team.
Yeah, I guess in terms of how well.
I think Vespiquen's a bit of a weird choice to add to the team.
Yeah,
I would have added I think I would have added Venomoth instead.
I think yeah.
And maybe they just didn't want Venomoth because it would overlap with Janine.
Probably.
And they wanted to use as many different species as possible. Oh, that's my biggest guess as to why they didn't give him one.
Shedinja is a weird, pretty weird choice.
Either way, Bug's weaknesses are many. Well, there's 4, 3.
Yeah, fire, iron rock,
Fire, rock, flying.
Yeah,
it's 3?
Yeah, 3.
I always thought it had more.
That's grass you're thinking of.
Grass, yeah. I'm thinking of grass and ice that have more. It's weak to fire, rock, and flying. Now, for flying, he has actually 3 Pokemon with rock moves. Granted, Rock 2 and Ancient Power aren't really good moves, but
and Stone Edge does have a chance.
Stone Edge is inaccurate, but it is an attempt to counter fire types. Types. Now, flying. Same thing, actually. Exact same moves. And did I mention that Yanmega is likely to outspeed a lot of these Pokemon?
Yeah, it is.
Because it is extremely fast.
Yeah.
Pinsir and Heracross might survive a hit from a fire type.
Uh-huh.
Pinsir might survive a flying hit. Heracross sure as hell isn't.
Yeah. Should have given Heracross a Flame Orb.
Yeah, Flame Orb would have been good for Heracross. It's not holding an item here. Or even though 2 of his Mons are holding items.
Rematch teams really should have held items.
Yes, that would have helped a ton. And the other weakness is rock, which he doesn't do as good at countering.
Oh, Scizor does.
Scizor actually. Scizor has 2 rock count. No, what am I saying? He does counter his weaknesses pretty well.
Yeah.
He could just use a little more overall coverage.
Yeah. And
Scizor is like a hard counter to rock.
On to Whitney's team.
On to Whitney.
You brought Delcatty.
She has a Delcatty.
Oh, I see.
Oh, it's got Calm Mind. It's trying to Calm Mind Baton Pass.
It's also what Giraffe Rig does.
Which is, yeah, she has 2 Baton Passers on this team. Now she is also running Special Licky Licky and B. The specific context of this team that works with Calm Mind Passing.
Yeah. Yeah, in that context.
Any other time, I'd be like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, she has... Well, Giraffe Rig counters fighting.
Yeah, Giraffe Rig inherently counters fighting. Being a psychic type. And I would have personally given her one of the Urds instead of giving all 4 of them to Falconer.
Dear God.
Like, seriously, Falconer could have used a better Pokemon in this team. No, give her a Dodrio.
Yeah.
I would have given her a Dodrio. Now, what would I replace? Maybe I'd replace Ace Eater.
Clefable's part of... yeah,
I think Clefable... What would I replace on this team?
Clefable's part of her gym team.
Clefable's part of her gym team. That can't go. Neither can Miltank. Giraffrig's a fighting counter. Delcat is part of her setup. B Barrel has the secondary types. It's good cover. I'd replace a Slicky Licky with Dodrio. No, personally.
Yeah, but yeah, this pretty good.
Honestly, a pretty good team.
Chuck, please tell me you're better than. Well, he's not. It's not Brawly's his team. And hey, Toxic Orb,
Poison Heal, and Breloom. That's a strategy I like to see.
That's also Iron Fist on Iron Fist. It's him on Shan with
Mock Punch and Focus Punch. He really should have given it Fire Punch. Given it an Ice Punch. Punch. Like Ice Punch would be so good for it.
Or Drain Punch.
Ice Punch and Drain Punch. Replace Ace Focus Punch on either double T or replace Focus Punch and Swagger with Drain Punch and Ice Punch.
Also, hey, post split at Metacham.
Yeah, and so it can actually use Psychic Echo Cut.
Sub punch Poliwrath.
That's a unique strategy to see.
Reckless.
This high jump kick hit on the.
Actually, there's some smart.
Actually has some pretty smart sets here. Name me that Poliwrath, Breloom, and Hitmonlee.
Yeah.
Hitmonchan's kind of some wasted potential there though.
It is also doesn't really counter his weaknesses.
And his weaknesses are flying and psychic. He has payback on Primeape as his only psychic counter.
And Thunder Punch on Metacham and Primeape.
Thunder Punch on Metacham and Primeape.
And Stone Edge on Breloom.
Okay, he does counter flying decently well. He would have countered it even better if Hitmonchan got Ice Punch. Which, really, it should have been running Ice and Fire Punch.
Yeah. Chuck, yeah. Everything, let's step it up a bit.
All right, price.
Ice overall doesn't. I mean, Ice has too many weaknesses.
Ice has too many weaknesses to reasonably expect him to counter most of them, but let's see how well he tries. It's weak to Fire, and he does bring Walrein and Dugong. Walrein, Dugong, and Mamoswine.
Walrein doesn't have any. But what is it, Walrein?
Walrein doesn't have any water moves. It's just neutral. To Fire, I guess, but yeah, Dugong has Dive, which is an exploitable 2-turn move. Mamoswine has Earthquake, and is decently likely to survive at least one Fire hit, because of its bulk.
Also, it's a Hail team.
Oh yeah, it's a Hail team. Oh wow, a cool weather team. Looking at you, Erica.
Snow Cloak, Ice Body.
Yeah, Snow Cloak on Frostlass, Ice Body, Snow Cloak on Frostlass and Mamoswine, and Ice Body on Walrein. Walrein's meant to tank.
Yeah, it's meant to tank, hit, and to stall.
Oh, and it can set up Hail if it dissipated at that point.
Yeah.
When Dugong's got Rest and Sleep Talk, which helps, though it is running Sheer Cold as its ice move. Glalie Frostlass, and Abomasnow are all taking. Most of his Pokemon run Blizzard because it's a Hail team, so they're going to be really strong ice hits.
Mamoswine has Double Team on top of Snow Cloak.
Yeah, so Mamoswine can potentially just RNG its way to sweeping your whole team.
Damn, he should have had a Mamoswine in his gym.
I know.
And fight.
Now, other ice weakness. We talked about Fire. Oh yeah, man, Abomasnow has Earthquake too, but that thing's too slow to be trying to counter a quad weakness.
Steel, it'll fight it.
And Rock.
So
Steel, Earthquakes also counter Steel, and Mamoswine, and half his team is neutral to Steel. Dugong on Walrein and a Mamoswine. No, Ground doesn't resist Steel. So Dugong and Walrein are neutral to Steel, and Abomasnow and Mamoswine have Earthquake. So he does a decent job countering Steel. Dugong, yeah, we already went over, and everything we've said for Rock also goes for Fire, except Walrein doesn't do a good job against Rock because it doesn't have a water move. Seriously, why doesn't it have a waterfall or something?
I have no idea. But yeah, Price doesn't. Price overall doesn't
Yeah, and his other weakness was fighting,
fighting.
which
Well,
he does absolutely nothing to even attempt to
he
counter.
has Frost last.
Right, he has Frost last, right. There's Frost last to wall fighting, and not he should have had Psychic on Frost last instead of Ice Shard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez.
All right.
All right, Claire. Okay, what? What? Wait, half
Dragonair.
of this is also Lance's team.
Gyarados, Dragon.
More than no, 2/3 of this is Lance's.
Gyarados, Aerodactyl, Charizard, and Dragonite. She has a lot of Lance Pokemon.
2/3 of this is.
It's just bootleg Lance. All right. Anyways,
Well, probably definitely loses points for.
points for unoriginality there.
Or come on, you had. Oh wait, because they had to give Lance all the other.
Oh yeah, they gave Lance all the dragons and left
All the post Gen 2
dragons
dragons.
and left Claire with the sloppy seconds.
Basically just his team but worse.
Yeah.
His team but lower level, his fucking worst version of his team.
And though she does get points for getting Kingdra over over one of the Dragonites.
Dragonair.
Because Dragonair is her partner, not Dragonite. If Eviolite existed, she'd at least make these.
Well, she counters her weaknesses.
She does counter the weaknesses. She has Flamethrower and Fire Fang, hang to deal with ice types.
To be fair, one of those is on Dragonair.
So,
That's a physical move on. That's a physical Charizard.
yeah, it's a physical Charizard for some reason, and Dragon is inherently countered, and even more so.
Why do they all have Dragon Breath though?
Yeah, we have her Pokemon. Oh yeah, why are they running Dragon Breath?
Why not Dragon Pulse?
Why is Dragon Pulse only on the physical Gyarados?
Dragon Pulse is the TM she gives you.
She should have been giving Kingdra. She should have had that on Kingdra and Dragonite.
Yeah,
and should have ran and a special Charizard. Or maybe with Sunny Day instead of Shadow Claw, since it's set to come out after Gyarados and Kingdra.
So Wakan Berry on Gyarados is, I guess,
it's pretty smart, making it less likely that's one shot by an electric type.
Unless you brought one with Stab.
Yeah, which might probably still kill it, but it's an attempt.
Claire, it's just
worse Lance. It does have some good ideas, but like,
yeah, it's Lance. Yeah, what the. Now moving on to the Hoenn leader.
Yeah, Rock Slide also counters ice.
Moving on to the Hoenn leaders here. Here we got. Okay, we got three.
Three of them. Watson.
Yeah, this video is getting long enough. Let's just.
Electric's easy enough.
Doesn't counter it.
He does not attempt to counter.
Enough said.
Or ground. No. We just need to go over this. As we have plenty of time. Okay, so he's running in Focus Punch, of course. Or some Electabuzz, and first opted for Light Screen, not Reflect, which might have helped with the ground moves, but yeah.
Yeah, not much.
Roll out on Electrode. And for some reason. I do appreciate him running Rain Dance, but having it on half of his Pokemon might have been overkill.
Yeah. To be fair, this is when electric types didn't fucking learn anything in Gen 3.
Yeah, everything except Electabuzz has Thunder.
Yeah, Watson is just...
Yeah, but he does have... the rain thing is admirable. And makes sure he hits hard if you're not a ground type.
Flannery, I think this is an attempt I think this is supposed to be a Sun team.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's what...
Yeah, Sunny Day. Also on 3 of her Pokemon.
Also, half of them are running White Herb.
Half of them are running White Herb with Overheat.
That's actually pretty cool.
He gives them a free Overheat. Houndoom also has Solar Beam. Oh, more than half her Pokemon have Sunny Day. Hey, that's definitely overkill.
Rapidash, though.
Rapidash running Flamethrower and Solar Beam.
Pre-split Rapidash.
And Attract. and its only physical move is bounce, which we've gone over or the problems with already.
But yeah, it
He-
yeah, it's a sun team.
So I think that's pretty cool. But in terms of countering her weaknesses, Solar Beam helps with ground and rock.
Sun,
Water. Solar Beam actually inherently helps with all of her weaknesses.
Sunlight also just makes water types weaker.
Yeah, so earlier, Sunlight makes water types weaker, and ground and rock are inherently countered by a Solar Beam. Which I really think my car Argo and Torkoal should have got too.
Yeah.
I really think she should have had. Why? She should have had Solar Beam on all the stuff that has Attract. Why does most of her team know Attract?
I don't fucking know.
What?
I don't know.
Also, why is her team all male?
I have no idea.
And well, I was gonna say something. I don't remember what it was.
I don't know.
It was okay. Torkoal is exploding. All right. Also, the light screen thing again, and one of your weaknesses is special to her physical. You should have ran Reflect.
Him.
Juan.
This is a rain. I think I'm pretty sure it's a rain team.
Yeah, it's a rain team.
Yeah.
Him, and let's see how many Pokemon know Rain Dance.
Oh.
Only 2. Okay, that's more reasonable.
And he has ice.
Ice is great.
Ice, and he has a Whiz Cash to counter electric. I'd say that.
Yeah, he has Whiscash to counter electric. He has Ice Beam on 2 of his Aegon Lapras and Kingdra to counter grass. So he does a good job dealing with his weaknesses. Has Rain Dance. He just lacks in overall coverage because, get this, the only damaging moves he has are Water and Ice.
Yeah.
So if you were to, say, bring like a Wall Rain of your own, he couldn't really do much damage to you whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah, not much to say
Which
here.
I think is inherently kind of a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's one. That's one. Now there's only 2 Sinnoh leaders in B tier. And they're Gardenia and Candace. We're going off their Platinum rematch teams.
Gardenia does the same thing as Erica, has overall better type coverage. Again, loses points for being a grass trainer or running a sun team.
Yep, that's it.
And that's basically all we need to say about her.
Candace.
Yes, but at least she has some fast mons. Candace. Yes, now Ice, of course.
One of Ice's weaknesses.
Does she counter fire? She has Earthquake on Mammothswine, and that's it. Oh, Water Pulse on Glaceon, too.
Yeah.
Earthquake on Mammothswine, Water Pulse on Glaceon. Not bad, not bad. Now, what about... What about Rock? Also Earthquake, Wood Hammer on... and Water Pulse. She counters Rock pretty well. Oh, hell, does she counter fighting? No, not at all.
Well, Frostlass.
Frostlass defensively counters fighting. And again, should have been running Psychic.
Yeah, we're just going over these.
What was the other weakness? Steel. Same with Earthquake. Same deal with Earthquake. She does an okay job at trying to counter her weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give her credit for that. It's just hard to rank an Ice Specialist higher because it's inherently difficult.
Now we have the normal gym leader. The normal gym leader. Yeah. Now we have the. No, in here. No, no.
All right, okay.
Sorry.
Cress. Yes, we in Unova now.
Oh, yes. All right. Cress and Berg.
Cress and Berg. Or let's start with Cress. That's his team. Now, Electric and Grass are easy to counter. And he has 2 Pokemon. he has 3 Pokemon that can counter grass. He's doing the same gem acrobatics thing as Silent Sage.
I
They
think
do the water gem
pretty sure
acrobatics.
Chili does it too.
Chili does it too, I'm assuming, yeah. Golduck and Floatzel have Ice Beam and Ice Punch, respectively.
Golduck even has Calm.
Golduck even has...
Pokemon have Calm Mind.
Golduck and Slowking even have Calm Mind, so that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And for Electric, he has Bulldoze, though he does bank on the RNG deciding that his Azumarill will have huge power, because it can also have Thick Pad and have him just barely do any damage at all.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why the abilities are randomized in the World Tournament.
Yeah.
And it's super weird. Weird, and yeah. He does lose some points for only having an electric counter.
Mm-hmm.
Or on a Pokemon that has a 50-50 chance of being useless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, but he does have some decent ideas here.
Yeah.
He also has a Lumberry on Slowking in case it gets statused.
I guess. Yeah.
A Salac Berry to increase attack on Basculin too.
Mm-hmm.
That Basculin's kind of scary. You can have Reckless. Actually, it accounts for both abilities. Aqua Tail for adaptability and Double Edge for Reckless.
Mm-hmm.
So that's neat.
All right. Yeah. That's Cress's team.
That's Cress's team.
Berg's team.
Yeah, Berg.
Well,
all right. What does he do to counter his weaknesses?
Well, he
counters.
Counters rock pretty well.
He counters rock really well.
And fire with Crustle.
Yeah, Crustle counters has rock, slide, and earthquake to counter fire types, as well as just being neutral on it. Though two his Pokemon, half his team is quad weak to rock, so he really should have went a little hard.
Fire.
No, quad weak to fire, so he really should have went and more in on that. He is also weak to fire to rock, which Escavalier and Durant have covered easily with Iron Head, and Leavanny might outspeed Ian Leaf Blade. And flying, Crustle and Escavalier neutral on flying.
Mm-hmm.
He also has Toxic and Roost on Vespiquen.
And yeah.
And as well, and Shell Smash on Crustle, in addition to Salac Berry.
Mm-hmm.
Swords Dance on Leavanny and on Escavalier, Defend Order Vespiquen. And he's got and Home Claws on Durant. He's got a lot of stat increasing moves. He has one on every Pokemon except Excelgor.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting.
Yeah. And jumping straight into Geller,
we got some of these guys, starting with Alistair.
Starting with Alistair. Well, as we mentioned, Ghost is weak to Dark and Ghost, and
Ghost inherently counters itself, so we're going to see how
some really good selection.
The only problem is that he doesn't attempt to counter Dark.
Or
otherwise, he has really good movesets. That's on all of these. He's got a Strength Sap and Amnesia for survivability on Cursula. He's got
Will-O-Wisp on...
Got Will-O-Wisp on Chandelure. Or to counter physical attackers. Would be an A. I think it'd be an A-tier team if he made an effort to try to counter or fight or Dark.
Dark, yeah. Bead. They move on to Bead, who loses points on Mawile.
Mawile is a bad Pokemon.
Loses points on Mawile.
Has Iron Head, Crunch, and Play Rough and Fake Tears, but
yeah, I guess it has Intimidate.
It has Intimidate, so that is decent for utility, but having a whole team slot on it when you're free to switch out and with no problem, It's not really threatening you.
Also, if you bring a special
and
attacker,
bring a special attacker, and that idea falls apart. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But he does. Actually, doesn't really counter. Mawile is like the only thing he has. Mawile and Rapidash.
Mawile and Rapidash can counter or poison. No, Mawile can counter or poison and since it's immune to it.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Gardevoir,
he does a great job countering poison.
No, I meant it's in terms of steel.
Yeah, in terms of steel, it's neutral on Mawile.
What? Yeah, neutral on Mawile.
And Hatterene runs Mystical Fire. Rapidash runs Drill Run. Oh
my god, that was so wet.
Oh, moist boy. I thought we were talking to our cat.
It was so. You just take a drink or something.
I think he might have.
Anyways, yeah, he doesn't really.
He likes feet.
Okay, anyways, yeah. So Beats
he does a pretty solid job at countering stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, he probably should have put him in A tier.
It's held back by Mawile.
Held back by Mawile mainly.
It's held back by Mawile.
Because, like, oh my fucking god, that Mawile.
That's terrible.
Mawile was just a terrible Pokemon to have.
Man, should have just...
What would you have given him instead? What's on the Galar Dex that he could have had, do you think?
There's tons of options.
Marnie's Ace is Grimmsnarl, so they probably didn't want to give Bede that.
You would have given him in like an Azumarill or something?
Azumarill. They should have given him Azumarill.
There's tons of fairy types.
That would have been great.
There's tons of fairy types you could have given him. But yeah, okay, next up is Piers.
Piers. Also, here he is, the Pier Loved, my Pier Loved.
Okay, now
it's horrible. I'm so sorry.
Well, he has a toxicity.
Which again, they go again with the poison types that
these two don't have
these two have a Pokemon that it's just a scaly poison type and not a dark type.
Okay, he's got a Skuntank.
Yeah, he's got Skuntank. All right, now what does he do to counter the weaknesses of dark?
Fighting Fairy and Bug.
We have the same exact things to say about that Toxtricity as we did with Marty.
Mm-hmm. What's there to counter Fairy?
Yeah, it's there to counter Fairy. I know. Oh, fighting is countered by Psycho Cut on Malamar. Also, Malamar and Skuntank are both neutral. Fairy's is neutral on both of them.
Yeah. Well, fighting is neutral.
Fighting's neutral on both of them. Fairy's neutral on Skuntank. Skuntank should have been running a poison move itself. If not just toxic. In terms of fighting coverage, there is just Malamar or Psycho Cut.
Mm-hmm.
And Toxtricity's defense.
Mm-hmm.
Defensiveness.
Yeah. Not really much.
And the fairy psychic, fairy fighting Bug. And just like with Marnie, he doesn't attempt to counter Bug at all.
Though to be fair, do remember his Obstagoon is. No, I guess I remember.
He does have the EV trained Obstagoon.
And also it's got counter as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is an upgrade. All right.
Are we in A tier?
Yes, we're in A.
We're in A tier now.
And
let me see how big these last two tiers are.
How big are these? S tiers? There's not.
S tier is not too big. A is pretty big. S tier is just as smaller than is the second smallest tier.
All right, let's
A tier, the biggest tier.
Here.
Up first is Koga.
Yeah. Who? Well, his rematch team
is in Let's Go.
Oh, I think the one time
and we had to resort to Let's Go for a rematch.
Since his rematch team in HGSS is for the Elite Four.
Which we're not counting because he is in a different role than gym leader there.
It's Huh.
It's actually really good.
Good. Good.
Good. Now, let's talk about his weaknesses first.
Yeah. Well.
First,
Oh, this is where we don't have. This is with no abilities.
with no abilities, so Weezing does not have Levitate, unfortunately, and he can't have a Crobat because Let's Go was done like that.
Mm-hmm.
But ignoring that, with only Kanto Pokemon on a choose, Tentacruel is a surprising choice to give him.
Yeah.
And I like that they gave him that one.
I mean, yeah, they couldn't give him. I mean, yeah, they couldn't give him the Nidos.
Oh, those are Giovanni's special mons.
And so yeah, Tentacruel. Yeah, that's a. What is? Oh, that special muck is weird though.
Special Muck is questionable.
What is it? Learn Moonblast.
I don't know. Okay, but his weaknesses are Ground and Psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in terms of Psychic, he has 3 moves that actually counter it. Muck has Dark Pulse. What? Venomoth has Bug Buzz. And Crobat has Crunch. Or those two being fast Pokemon too. Ooh, oh, Crobat also has Golbat. Sorry, Golbat also has buffed Leech Life.
Yeah, 80 power Leech Life.
80 power Leech Life. So, oh, that's of course good to have.
Mm-hmm.
There's
in terms of ground, they all have Mega Drain.
Yeah, in terms of ground, around 3 of his Tentacruel, Venomoth, and Muck all have Mega Drain.
Remember, it's basically Giga Drain in this game.
Right, it's Giga Drain in this game.
I don't know why they did that.
Since that move didn't exist.
And they made it absorb or
to Mega Drain and made Mega Drain to Giga Drain, so it's 80.
Yeah,
so
75.
75. So Mega Drain 75 power in this game.
That's just weird.
Yeah. And of course there's in addition to those, there's Crobat. At being a flying type, so he counters ground extremely well, and Helen does a decent job countering Psychic too.
Oh yeah,
with fast mons. And additionally, he's Tentacruel and Venomoth are just really good coverage mons.
Yeah,
and he has a lot of different types of moves on this team.
Yeah.
And he has water, grass, poison, fire, electric, flying, dark, bug, psychic, and fairy. He has 10 different types of moves he can throw at you.
That's pretty. Let's Go team.
Surprised to see a Let's Go team even A tier.
And that's the only.
I guess it's compensation for and for him not getting a rematch in at an HGS, not getting a gym leader rematch in HGSS.
Yeah. So Winona. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised too.
Who? Yeah, Winona, one of the most forgettable gym leaders.
I think has a Dragonite.
Oh my god. Yeah, they gave her Dragonite. She has Noctowl running an entirely psychic moveset.
So, okay, Tropius ain't that good.
Tropius isn't that good. It has Sunny Day for some, and comes out right before Pelipper, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
It has Sunny Day Solar Beam though.
Yeah.
And it's running an aerial, I guess.
Yeah.
And Earthquake. Oh, weaknesses. Rock. She has 3 Pokemon with Earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
One with Steel Wing and one with Surf, so almost all of her team members have a tool to counter rock types.
Ice.
For ice, she has.
Skarmory is neutral.
For ice, it's neutral on Skarmory and Pelipper. Or though she doesn't actually do anything to counter it directly, and half of her team is weak to quad weak to ice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. She does have the foresight to have of Noctowl set up or Flet to also deal with rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Really, rock isn't a great idea to bring against this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and rock and electric are both simultaneously countered by the earthquakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say it's actually I mean,
Actually, a really good team. The only
just some like questionable ones here.
some questionable things like mainly Tropius,
It's,
and the fact that she doesn't into dress ice.
mm-hmm.
Ice very well.
Aside from Skarmory.
But other than that, there's a lot of variety on it. Every one of her, yeah, most of her Pokemon have unique secondary types.
Yeah.
Types aside from Dragonite.
She put a fucking Dragonite.
The fact that she has Dragonite elevates this absolutely because that is just an insanely strong Pokemon.
Yeah. Next up are the Sinnoh, and that's the only Hoenn leader to make it. That's the only Sinnoh Hoenn leader in here.
Here, next we get on to some Sinnoh leaders. Starting with Rourke.
Yep.
Damn. Brock was so low down, and Rourke ends up in A tier.
Mm-hmm.
That's surprising.
Mm-hmm.
And all right.
All right. So
Let's see what Rourke's packing.
And so his.
In here.
Oh damn.
Oh, okay. Of course, he's got hit. All right, now let's talk about first things first. Let's address Ock's weaknesses. His
steel,
fighting, and ground,
and water and grass.
It has 5 weaknesses. I forgot.
Rock has quite a few weaknesses too.
All right, let's start with grass because it inherently has 2 Pokemon with Aerial Ace, one of which being a Stab Aerodactyl that's also neutral. The grass is neutral on it.
Oh, he also has Avalanche on Rampardos.
There's an Avalanche on Rampardos,
but
it's probably going to die first, but it's an attempt.
Mm-hmm.
and Probopass is grass is neutral against that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now fighting. And also has the Aerodactyl and the Aerial Ace on the Tyranitar.
That's die. That'll die. That'll probably die to a fighting move.
But yeah, Aerodactyl's his lead and his major fighting counter.
Yeah.
Which is what it's here for.
Mm-hmm.
Or so, yeah.
Yeah, it's a yeah. Yeah, I don't know about steel. Nearly everything runs Earthquake.
Nearly everything runs Earthquake, so everything runs Earthquake or Earth Power except Tyranitar. So yeah.
Or so steel is covered.
Well, steel is easily covered.
Water is covered by Probopass, I guess.
Probopass Discharge, which is a weird choice, but yeah, it is a thing.
And I've really seen grass has
Aerial Aces, remember?
Right, yeah.
And Flamethrower on Golem. What?
Wait, what?
Why does that Flamethrower not Fire Punch?
Yeah, okay. But either way, yeah, Rourke's team.
Rourke's team is pretty good and counters most of his weaknesses, despite having so many of them, which I find impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Also Tyranitar.
Yeah.
Also having Tyranitar.
Yeah.
So Maylene has.
Sorry, just got an insane raid drop up in Scarlet.
So Maylene's team is.
Maylene's team. Now let's address the weaknesses: Psychic and Flying.
Well. Okay. Well, Flying's not.
Flying.
Stone Edge.
No, Flying, Stone Edge, and John Machamp. And Ice Punch, Amp and Breloom, and Medicham runs Ice Punch and Thunder Punch.
And so. Lucario is neutral.
Lucario is neutral. So yeah, most of her team does counter Flying.
And Psychic, 2 of them are neutral.
Medicham and Lucario are neutral, though unfortunately she doesn't have any offensive coverage against Psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is the big problem here.
She's got some heavy hitters here.
Some heavy hitters in Machamp, Medicham, Lucario. Breloom, of course, running Spore or is great for it. It gives it a chance to safely clean up whatever it put to sleep.
And they
Ethan can also be used to shut things down if you're not if you're not fast enough to take it down to hit it before it hits you.
Yeah, very very solid.
Yeah, very solid team. He might have been S tier if he had any real dark counter.
Mm-hmm.
No, not dark. Any real psychic counter.
Wake's team. Well,
Crash your Wake. Hey, Sharpedo is running. All right, so again, electric and
Electric and grass.
electric and grass. Quagsire is the electric counter, or once again, just like with Misty, he running Earthquake. And for grass, Ludicolo, it's neutral on Ludicolo and Gyarados. Host. Gyarados also running Avalanche, and Floats are running Ice Fang. And Ludicolo running Ice Beam. So yeah, he's got grass countered pretty well. Both of them on neutral to have something to deal with it as well. I think overall the biggest miss of the team is it could use a few more offensive types.
Yeah, dark water, ice.
Dark water or ground rock. Terrible, but it does leave something to be desired, and I guess normally too.
Yeah,
who is there? But yeah, just a little more or offensive coverage, and it could have been S tier.
Moving on to Volkner.
Or how does he counter or ground types? Types. All right, Jolteon doesn't.
Well, he got his lantern.
He's got his lantern with Surf and Ice Beam, and Ice Fang on Luxray. Hey, overall, he just has a pretty strong ones. How many? He's running physical Jolteon though.
Yeah, that's weird.
I do like a Luxray having all the fangs and crunch and stuff. I wish Strong Jaw existed and Luxray got it.
Yeah.
That kind of moveset would be way better on a Boltund.
Yeah.
And of course, Lantern's also running Signal Beam.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just could use a few more attacking types. Got electric, fighting, ice, fire, dark, or bug ice.
Yeah.
Nice. Slightly better attacking types than and who did we just talk about?
Then Wake.
Yeah, slightly better attacking type coverage than Wake, but yeah.
All right, on to the Unova leaders.
Yeah. We're into Unova now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Lenora.
All right.
Counters to fighting.
Counters to fighting? Okay, she has none.
Well, jump kick on Saw's. No psychic counters.
No psychic attacks. No flying attacks. Yeah, she unfortunately does not counter or fighting.
But makes up for that.
Insane coverage, really showing off what normal types are capable of. She has normal, of course. There's ignoring that, fighting, ice, fire, electric, steel, water dragon, and grass, and rock.
Yeah.
So she does cover half of the types.
Even if Dunsparce
Dunsparce is a weird...
And
Watchogre. I understand Watchog here. Dunsparce is a weird inclusion. Also, physical Clefable.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is really just the little things that are keeping her out of S tier.
Yeah. Let's see how Charon fares.
All right, Charon. And also in A tier, here with Lenora. He does also doesn't have a flying or psychic move. I don't know why neither of them do. Like Clefable really should have not been running and being in physical and should have been running psychic.
But it's kind of the coverage here
as well. Same thing. It's got crazy coverage.
Okay, he's got a cast form arm, but none of his Pokemon run a weather move.
Yeah, instead everything has moves that instead it just has moves that deal with weather. that match the weather types.
Yeah.
So he has dark electric fighting, bug, grass, rock, ice, fire, or water, and ground. He has most types covered there.
Yeah, it's just how flexible normal types are.
Yeah, I like how these teams really do show off the amount of variety you get in normal move sets.
That's it. Yeah,
Because it really is something a lot of people don't talk about.
No, cast form is a bit cast form is
Arm is held back by not having the weather conditions set up.
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't technically be a normal type at that point.
But yeah.
Which is probably what nothing's running weather.
Elisa.
All right.
Ground.
All right,
energy ball.
She has Emolga. Ground is
and Electros is
she has Emolga and Electros. Ground is neutral on Galvantula, and Galvantula also has Energy Ball. And Stunfisk has Muddy Water. So yeah, she does counter ground types pretty well.
Yeah, pretty well. Oh yeah.
Oh, and in terms of coverage, how does he? It looks like she does pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Well, there.
Yeah.
Sorry for speeding through these A tiers.
I just not a lot to say, and God, this video
We've been out going it for over 3 hours.
Oh my God! Yeah, I need to hurry it up a little. It's already past 4.
Yeah.
Or yeah, we do need to hurry this up. I think you get the thing about the type matchups.
Yeah. Okay.
Does
Skyla
counter them?
Which are Rock? Not really. She just has Skana. Swana with Stalled.
Skana
with Swalled.
Ah!
I hate that. That doesn't sound good.
Skana with Swalled.
Swana with Scald.
Yeah, that's
All right, and Electric. She has Earthquake on Archeops. Okay. And Ice. Stone Edge on Archeops, Rock Slide on Braviary. Okay, she just does an okay job at countering her weaknesses. Not great.
Also, Swoobat can possibly have Klutz. It's holding a Pitaya Berry.
There's a 50-50 chance it can actually use the Pitaya Berry.
Yeah.
Because of the random abilities.
Yeah. Yeah, it works.
It works.
Team works.
Earth's pretty good. Slight coverage problems aside.
Bryson.
Well, we know how Ice is.
So
Flash Cannon and super power for Rock. Flash Cannon and super power. Oh my God! Everything can counter Rock.
Everything can counter Rock.
In terms of fighting in types, nothing can counter fighting.
He can counter fire.
He can counter fire though. He has as Brine and Surf on Dugong and Walrein, and as well as Stone Edge on Beartick. Steel superpower or on Beartick, Loki on Weavile, and Dugong and Walrein are neutral on it. Neutral to it. All right. So the other one. No, it was just 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah,
no.
Steel fighting.
Still fighting. We already covered Rock and fire.
Yeah, he can counter fire.
Yeah. Does a pretty good job countering. Could just use a few more attacking types.
Yeah. Yeah. Marlin.
So he'd be good. He was close to S tier.
Marlin encounters Grass and Electric.
Let's see. How does he go about countering Grass and Electric? He has Ice Beam on Mantine and Avalanche on Wailord. He should have ran Ice on Star Army.
Well, he doesn't. Yeah.
Ice on
Earthquake.
Earthquake counter on Karakas does his only electric counter.
Well, he has solid rock,
but he does also have he can
also shell smash.
He can have solid rock on it, but it does have shell smash, so that's really good for it. It could potentially set up a sweep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, yeah, it does yeah. Coverage could be better.
Could it just be a little better?
Uh, uh, uh. Also, I guess Jellicent is trying. It hinges on burning in for Hex.
Yeah.
X, which is why it has it instead of like Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Which I suppose you're not going to be bringing a fire type that's immune to burning.
but yeah, yeah. These they just barely get out. Out.
Yeah.
Barely get out. Out of it. Oh wait, yeah, right. Oh right, yeah, the Kahuna teams.
The Kahunas.
That's right. I just yeah. Mm, mm, mm. No, they're not. Wrong one. Nanu.
Nanu!
Nanu and Hapu.
Olivia, Nanu, and Hapu. No. Hala, Nanu, and Hapu.
Nanu and Hapu.
Hala, Nanu, and Hapu.
All right. I went out his. All right. Second battle.
Yeah, let's see what these guys are running.
Well, not that one.
The second battle. The post game.
Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon. Moon's post game. He does have a Sableye.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he can. All right. In terms of countering the types.
Also, special Sableye.
Special Sableye too. That is a weird Sableye.
Counter.
All right. Fighting. Fairy.
Bug.
And Bug. All right. Now, in terms of countering Bug, he has Power Gem on Persian and Sableye.
He also has
Honchkrow, Aerial Ace on Honchkrow and Crocodile, and Aerial Ace on Absol. Actually, everything counters Bug.
Fairy.
Fairy, he has nothing. Nothing counters Fairy.
Nothing counters Fairy.
And in terms of fighting,
well,
Honchkrow and Absol will do it, and Sableye is immune to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he does,
yeah,
and Persian, and does have Fur Coat. So the physical fighting moves, which are the more common variety, won't do much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's like, but he's got a fucking Crocodile.
He does have a Crocodile, so that is major points. Crocodile's just really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Stab, Crunch, and Earthquake.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Hapu, who has a title defense battle.
Mm-hmm.
For
her team. How well does she counter grass, grass, water, and ice?
Mm-hmm.
Ice. So in terms of ice, she has Stone Edge on Golurk. It's neutral on Gastrodon. And Stone Edge and Rock Slide on Flygon on Mudsdale, respectively. Even though Flygon trying to counter ice. All right.
Yeah.
For grass, she has as Ice Beam on Gastrodon.
Oh,
that's not a good idea. Aerial Ace on Crocodile.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for ice, she has Dynamic Punch on Golurk, which is
that's gonna die to an ice move.
Yeah, true. And Stone Edge and Rock Slide once again, and also counter ice.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Mudsdale's kind of slow.
Yeah, Mudsdale is slow, but it is also bulky.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, God, I really wish they had full teams here. Now, if I do remember, they are EV trained. Trainers and Ultra are EV trained,
and so that does help.
Oh, but yeah. I don't know.
All right, and
we went over all the types, right?
Any? Yes.
Water.
Focus. We're almost done with this.
Okay.
All right, what Galar?
Galar, yeah.
Galar A tiers.
Galar is A tiers. Uh,
All right, there are 3 of them.
there's Nessa and the Sir Chester leaders.
All right, so Nessa.
Uh, uh, uh. All right, her team.
Aim.
How does Glycopod?
Yeah, she leads with Glycopod with first impression, and since she leads with it, it can come out later after her emergency exit activates. She has Toxapex. All right, she has Toxapex to Glycopod to counter grass, as well as Pelipper. So she inherently counters
Also,
grass.
it sets up rain.
Yeah, Pelipper comes in after Glycopod goes down or switches out and sets up rain down. Sets up rain with drizzle, so the rest of her team can take advantage of it.
Oh, none of them are actually running any. Don't have any
rain
rain
abilities. It does power up their water type moves.
Yeah.
So that is at least
She
something.
does have 2 Pokemon quad weak to grass, though.
Yeah, that is. At least the other stuff counters grass.
Yeah.
So I think it balances out decently.
And also, yeah, and Quagsire counters electric.
Yeah. And Quagsire counters electric inherently.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good.
It could use just a little more coverage.
Yeah. All right.
Which may be another electric if they count. Maybe another ground.
All right. All right. These 2.
All right. Gordy.
Why
Why did I say it like that?
I don't know.
All right. So rock is weak to water, grass, fighting,
Steel.
and steel, and ground. 5 weaknesses.
Yes.
All right. So water.
Water.
Nothing. Nothing for water.
Grass. Well, he's got.
For grass, he's got a colossal.
And Shuckle.
Was his ace, and Shuckle is and grass is neutral on Shuckle, though its only damaging move is rock to him. It's not trying to damage you; it's trying to set up stealth rock and sticky web. It does have contrary, which is a weird.
Can't do anything with it.
Do anything with it inherently.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Yeah. Steel. Ill.
Yeah, steel.
Again, countered by Barbarical and.
Countered by Barbarical's Earthquake
and
Colossal once more.
Or
and Body Press on both Stongener and Tyranitar.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
Then there's
2 more.
2
fighting and ground.
Yeah.
Ground is countered by Liquidation on Barbarical and Ice Punch on Tyranitar. And steel.
Yeah, again countered
by Colossal and Earthquake on Barbarical, Body Press on Tyranitar and Stongener.
Yeah.
And really just needs a slight bit more moveset variety.
And Melanie, oh god, Ice has.
Also has 4 weaknesses. Does she do a good job countering fire? Yes.
Yeah.
She has Ice Cube with Surf and Hydro Hump on Lapras. And of course her Darmanitan has Stone Edge and Earthquake.
Yeah.
It's also Zen mode, so it can use stab Flare Blitz. It's so the language.
Yeah.
Ice is also weak to her Mr. Rhyme counters fighting with its psychic typing and the move psychic. And fighting is also neutral against Frostmoth, who has Hurricane.
Yeah.
Here, we already did fire. Rock, which is countered by the same stuff that counters fire, as well as Energy Ball, Mr. Rhyme, and Earthquake. A Darmanitan.
Yeah.
So she actually does a really good job at countering. And once again, just could use. She has a pretty good coverage.
Okay. I'm. This is. I am.
Okay. Focus, please.
Okay.
The final 10.
Oh.
And the best. The best of the best out of the gym leaders and kahunas.
Yeah. All right. Well, one of the
gym leaders and kahuna.
Okay, so We got once more. Yeah, we got blue. It got blue.
Yep, we got blue once more, and of course, no surprise that his team ends up in S tier, considering he doesn't specialize in a type.
Actually, and well, his initial team.
His initial team, of course, is just great in general.
It's a very it's because his team isn't tied to one type.
Type he does. What does he change in the rematch?
Well, that changing the rematch. Tyranitar.
He gets rid of Gyarados for some reason. I guess he does have Exeggutor to counter those same types.
Mm-hmm.
Ice really.
Yeah, but yeah, he throws on a fucking pseudo legendary.
Yeah, he throws out a pseudo legendary. And just, I don't think we even need to go over his team. He's got in the original. He's got what Pokemon does he have? Exeggutor, Arcanine, Gyarados, Machamp, Rhydon, and Pidgeot. And in the rematch, he has Exeggutor, or Arcanine, and Machamp and Pidgeot. Rhydon has evolved into Rhyperior, and Gyarados has been replaced with Tyranitar.
Yeah. And
in Let's Go, he has...
he's the only gym leader with a full team.
He has Tauros, Alakazam, Gyarados, Exeggutor, or Aerodactyl, and Charizard.
Charizard, why?
You know, Mega Charizard, why specifically? So that is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to go specifically into it because like there isn't really any inherent flaws with this team.
Teams that beat any type.
Type really?
Yeah.
Blue does an amazing job at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which isn't surprising.
Yeah. Yeah. The only one of the Kanto gym leaders to actually.
None of the Johto gym leaders make it
in. And oops.
And only one of the Hoenn gym leaders.
And that's Wallace.
Wallace.
Mainly on, I guess this one's maybe this one's a bit of an asterisk.
The Delta episode match with him.
It's his champion. It's his Emerald team.
It's his Emerald champion team.
But
he is technically a gym leader.
He's still a gym leader here.
And canonically still a gym leader when he fights you with this team, so it counts.
Because you really want me to. I wouldn't be ranking the team with a love disc.
Of disc seeking and unevolved Celio on it.
So this technically counts.
Oh, now Grass and Electric. He hit Earthquake on Wailord. Whiscash inherently counters it with Earthquake as well. And Ludicolo Electric's neutral on it. And for Grass, as Blizzard on Wailord, Sludge Wave on Tentacruel, Energy Ball on Ludicolo, Ice Fang on Gyarados, and Blizzard on Milotic. So he has no problem with any of his weaknesses. Insane coverage, like literally like a dozen different types.
Yeah.
I've no bad Pokemon on this team. Well, I guess Whiscash is a bit mediocre, but like still, it's just a really, really good team. There's a reason this is a champion team. Though the movesets are different, but yeah.
It's an
updated version of Wallace's champion team from Emerald.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Well, it's a really good team.
And the only two Sinnoh leaders.
Let's start with Fantina. Now, Ghost, of course, inherently has it easy, only having one real weakness to worry about out countering. And she does it with Focus Blast on Gengar.
Those are literally all the Ghost types in Gen 4 except Sableye.
Yeah, this is all the Ghost types that existed in Gen 4 except Sableye and Rotom.
Mm-hmm.
Sableye, Rotom, and Giratina.
For obvious.
Rotom, because it was canonically considered one of a kind in Sinnoh. Sableye, because it's Sableye. And Giratina, because it's a fucking legendary. They're not giving a gym leader a legendary.
Funnily enough, they did.
There was a special, right? There was actually a special battle, the battle between legendary Pokemon tournament in Black 2, White 2, where she does have Giratina.
With an illegal origin form of Giratina.
Oh yeah, it's an origin form Giratina holding a ghost gem. That shouldn't be legal. That's not legal. What?
That aside, that aside,
What the fuck?
yeah,
All
well,
right. Anyways, ignoring the illegal guillotine.
yeah, this team has tons of coverage.
This bayonet with shadow claw thunderbolt and fade attack. It's a bayonet. But Miss Magius with running thunderbolt, psychic magical leaf, silver wind, and
This was Omni Booster boosting to baton pass them.
yeah, silver wind and an ominous wind, potentially getting omni boost to baton pass on drift blim.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow punch and rock slide. Dusknoir can also do double team shenanigans. And to protect, Gengar's got Thunder Sight, and Focus Blast, gambling on low accuracy moves.
Mm-hmm.
It was overall, she just got some really solid coverage is on this team.
Yeah.
Oh, right, no. Silver Wind and also counters Dark.
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Drifblim and Gengar both have a move to counter Dark types.
Yeah. So next up is Byron.
Brawn.
Byron.
Now Steel was weak to ground, fighting, and fire.
Mm-hmm. And well,
and
two of his Pokemon are
on a rock type, so they counter fire inherently, and of course they both have a rock move. Ancient Power on Bastiodon and Stone Edge on Aggron and Skarmory even has Rocks Tomb, so that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Eight. As for ground, he has Skarmory, of course. Where Steelix has Ice Fang, and Aggron has Avalanche.
Yeah.
If it survives the ground move.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which no, this Platinum Sturdy doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And for fire, we already talked about fire.
Yeah.
The other one is fighting. And for fighting, he also has Skarmory. He deal with it. Okay, he doesn't deal with fighting that well.
Oh yeah, but it's pretty solid.
This one admittedly probably should have stayed in A tier. But yeah, it's still really good.
Also, yeah, high defense.
Really high defenses. Is everything has insane physical defense.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We're almost there.
We're almost there. All right.
Next up
are some of the Unova leaders. Starting with Clay.
Hey.
So
Holy
ground
shit.
is weak to water, grass, and ice.
Yeah, he counters those pretty well.
So in terms of ice counters, he has Rock Slide on Excadrill, which is
Excadrill, like everything, rock move on nearly
rock move on Rock Slide on Crocodile, and Stone Edge on Mamoswine, Stone Edge on Golurk. Yeah, most of his Pokemon have Stone Edge for dealing with the rock types. And Rock's also neutral on Mamoswine. No, this isn't an ice team. What? There's ice types.
Yeah.
Also, they only take neutral damage from it. That's what I just repeated myself.
Yeah. Oh my god, this. You need to hurry this up.
Yeah. I'm losing. My brain's stopping working. So the
water. Carries water.
And water. He has a Seismitoad, which is neutral on, and it doesn't really counter water. But overall has a really good team. With lots of variety in it. It has a steel type, psychic type, dark type, ground type, water type, ice type, ghost type.
Yeah. And that's really good.
Yeah.
But Drayden. Let's and yeah, I don't think I need to say anything. Drayden's team.
How does he deal with ice types? Oh, he has Brick Break on Haxorus,
Fire Blast,
Fang on Drudigan, Fire Blast on Hydreigon,
and Salamence,
and Salamence, Fire Blast on Salamence, and Stone Edge and Flamethrower on Flygon. Yeah, he has no problem with Ice type.
Oh, yeah, they're all just pretty strong.
And those are all just strong Pokemon in general. Or maybe Altaria a little less so, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have 2 pseudo legendaries.
He's,
He's in 2 Pokemon strong enough to go up against pseudo legendaries.
yep. And last in Unova is
Roxy.
uh,
Poison is weak to Psychic and Ground.
and well, she's got Scolipede.
She's got Scolipede that resists Ground and hits Psychic super effectively.
Mm-hmm. Drapion is immune to Psychic.
Drapion's immune to Psychic. It can has Night Slash.
Amoonguss is neutral.
Oh wow, it actually has Night Slash and Cross Poison. Shame. It's only a 50-50 chance she gets a Sniper. Whatever.
Amoonguss is neutral to ground. On Crobat that is immune to it.
Her team counters Ground really well. And Psychic.
Again, yeah, interesting. Yeah, pretty.
Some cool sets. She's got. It's Crobat's really good. Drapion's really good. Scolipedes, Amoonguss are really good. But Seviper and Garbodor are not great, but like they're not terrible. To have.
Yeah.
Garbodor seems to be trying to wall with Stockpile.
Mm-hmm.
Here. So yeah, again, just a really good team.
And as for that,
Kahuna, Hala.
Yeah, obviously.
Decent speed. Didn't talk about him earlier.
So I guess counting his rematch team,
his post game rematch team
in Ultra because
the Pokemon League rematch we're not counting.
Yeah, because
post game rematch team, which isn't an Elite Four team. Since he isn't in the
it's
Elite
the same as his Elite Four team.
It's the same as his Elite Four team. You fight outside the Elite Four, so it counts.
Yeah. There's a countering
fighting's weaknesses: Psychic, Fairy, Flying. So in terms of flying, he has a Thunder Punch on Machamp, and Ice Hammer on Crabominable. And Crabominable is also neutral for flying.
For Fairy, he
has Poison Jab, on Poliwrath and Heavy Slam on Hariyama. And for Psychic types, he has Brutal Swing on Beware, or Payback on Poliwrath, and Hariyama, a knockoff on Hariyama.
Yeah.
So he does spread out some coverage for his types, as well as just having a lot of different types across the team.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking Dragon
Dragon Claw and Beware is hilarious.
Yeah. So, all right.
The final 2 from the Galar region.
Okay, I'm absolutely getting brain damage from this.
Kabu.
Yeah. It's a Sun team.
He's got a really good Sun team. And of course, that inherently counters Water, but he does also have Solar Beam on Ninetales to make sure to clean that up, as well as Power Whip on Scorch later on.
Mm-hmm.
And for Bribida,
what?
Ground and Rock.
Yeah. Solar Beam also counters Ground and Rock.
Solar Beam also counters Ground and Rock. Same with Power Whip, and Scorch urges neutral hold of ground.
And also just a ton of coverage.
So interestingly, running Sun, he has tons of coverage. Running Sun Team with Solar Beam inherently counters all of Fire's weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just it's good.
But yeah, it's not much to say here.
And the final all gem leader.
I guess we saved the best for last.
Is Raihan.
Also a weather.
A weather-based team. Team running weather on everything.
Omni-weather.
Yeah.
Omni-weather moment.
He has as Torkoal with Drought, and it knows Solar Beam, of course, with Lava Plume. And also running Body Press on a Pokemon on whose highest status defense is Smart.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Goodra
runs Rain Dance with Thunder and Hydro Pump. So that's good. It should Turtonator can set Sunny Day, can set Sunny Day back up as well as using having Fire Blast and Shell Trap.
Yeah.
Flygon on it sets up sand and it uses earthquake. Now Flygon's real sand setting goes is to help out Duraludon, who comes out next. Next, and is Raihan's Gigantamaxmon getting the boosted special defense.
Mm-hmm. As in, Steel Dragon's a pretty broken, it's a pretty busted type.
It's only weak to ground and fighting, right?
Mm-hmm. Since it cancels out every a bunch of
cancel out each other's weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
and
and of course that's also got Body Press, it's defensive mon. And I think that will be all.
Oh my God! How long have we? How long?
This has taken 3.5 hours.
Oh my God! That was somehow longer.
More than an hour or longer than than yesterday's video.
To be fair, that we did spend an hour and a half talking about not talking about their teams. It was just
do 2 more hours talking about the teams.
It was so okay. All right. Let me see what tomorrow.
And this being still Pokemon.
So on this that I guess 12 days of Pokemon, as we joked.
Tomorrow we'll be talking about
Elite Four and Champions.
Elite Four and Champions.
Thankfully, there's not as many.
Thank God.
Not as thankfully, these later lists these later lists
don't have as many things to talk about. Out with these next 3 trainer themed days is in most of the Pokemon related ones except for the video on the 17th.
And yeah, these shouldn't be there as long. Hopefully, God, that took way longer than I ever.
Oh my God, that took ages.
That took way longer than I expected it to be.
It might be. Okay. Genuinely, I think like the only thing that I think has a chance at topping that this video in length are the videos on the 17th and on Christmas Day.
Yeah. So, all right. That being said, I'm Nosran.
And I'm Aaron. And I'm wonderful viewers. See you in the next video. Yeet!